president.
He was given information that I don't want a president. Listen to me, hold on. You really want a guy, so you want a guy who gets that information from all those different countries, Russia, Britain, and our intelligence, as well as others. And you want him to deny that?
He got information.
You want him to say, no, let's not go to war?
Let him answer the question.
He got information from our own intelligence sources.
And Russian
intelligence. There was no nuclear program. He got it from the IAEA that there was no
So he did it just for the goof? Just to have fun?
Yes.
You're crazy.
No, he did.
He didn't.
That was his agenda when he came into office.
That was his agenda when he came into office, Poland.
What about Putin? What about Putin? He remarked that just 2 months ago he said that he had warned the president himself that Saddam not only wanted to attack us on our soil, but on foreign soil. He was planning to do that.
Do you really think...
No ability to.
Why did Putin not support the war then?
I'll tell you why. Because they weren't talking about him. He didn't have any reason to go. They weren't talking about him. And also, there's also a whole lot of things for blood for oil, or whatever the hell it's called.
Blood for oil? Are you talking for the...
I know what I'm talking about.
Oil for food?
Yeah.
Oil for food.
Yeah, that program.
Why do you have...
Got me pissed off.
No, here's the oil for food program. You have to understand that we were taking money, too.
Well, where's that evidence? I've seen a lot of evidence that shows that France is involved and the Russians involved.
And Chevron. And when you say France and Russians, what do you mean?
I mean close ties to with the Chirac over there. Idiot.
What?
Like who?
Huh?
Jacques Chirac.
No. Who had close ties to Chirac?
That Saddam had close ties, that he was paying off supporters of Chirac's to keep the decision to not go to war.
Who was he paying that had close ties to Chirac?
I don't know their names. Some French dudes.
Well, Americans at Chevron were getting it?
Well, great. Let's lock them up. Where are they? Why aren't you concerned about that?
I am.
Big UN program we're all for, but yet you got bribery going on right in front of you. It doesn't mean anything to you.
You know, I just said to you, guys from Chevron got it, and you said, why aren't you concerned with that?
He's telling you.
I'm telling you, I'm concerned about it.
Good.
That's how I express
You're only concerned about the oil ties, because, again, oil's your problem.
No, you were the one who brought up oil for food.
The oil for food problem is a big problem. See, now you're pissing me off.
You brought it up.
Am I cutting out, or is that my headset?
That's your headset.
I'm yelling too loud.
That's the audience tuning you out.
You brought it up, schmuck.
It is a big problem, schmuck.
Hey.
They call me a schmuck.
But you are a schmuck. You're not even listening.
You aren't
But he's doing exactly what I always say.
I've tried to call your show a number of times. I do not change the argument. You never have an argument because you have no facts.
He talked to you about
wait a minute.
Oil for food.
You started interrupting me when I gave you facts.
No, Robin, if you remember, we were talking about why we went to war.
This is what you do.
Not for a poll.
I know. This is really amazing.
What do you mean this is what I deal with?
You ask for facts. He starts to give them to you. You tell me he's not talking fast enough because Rush says him quicker.
He told me about a poll about Republicans and how stupid they are.
Let me ask you something. I'm going to make it simple. Do you think it's right that the vice president... Do you think it's right that the vice president of the United States, the former head of Halliburton, is still on their payroll?
He is not under payroll. What he makes he is getting deferred payment, which... by everyone's standards, that's fine. It is true.
He gets a payment from
I've never
Halliburton.
heard of a vice president getting a deferred payment and being on...
Listen,
how do you call it a deferred payment?
Let me tell you what happens. Before he even got back into politics,
how do you know
working
this?
for a company, because I look into it.
Yeah.
He was working for a company called Halliburton, and what he said... For whatever reason, I don't know whether it's to avoid taxes or what, I don't know, he decided to take deferred payment through... now you're going to now say he shouldn't have that money?
You think that's the truth? You think that's the truth?
I mean, those are what all the records show.
And
There's not one piece of evidence that says anything else. He got rid of all of stock.
No, my friend.
Why do you ignore that? You say he got rid of all stock options. He has not gotten rid of them.
His stock. You can tell them. Go ahead.
He has many hundreds of thousands of stock options
or whatever.
So if the price of the company of their stock goes up, and sometimes it'll go up if you get $10 billion.
The Senate Intelligence Committee, they investigated it and found no wrongdoing on behalf of Cheney and Halliburton.
But what are you talking about?
They looked into the whole matter.
Who?
And they found
Who did?
The Senate. Some commission, some whatever, on the Senate.
I love when I ask you anything in
man,
detail.
It's not my job like yours. I don't follow this stuff like
so
this.
why are you yelling at me?
If you know, because you're annoying.
What?
If you go...
I'm annoying because I know stuff, and then whenever you don't know anything,
but you know what I'm
yelling.
talking about. Are you saying
why
that
don't
doesn't
you calmly
exist? Do I have to like go on the internet, research it, and then give it to you? Do I have to? You know that they looked into the whole
it was. I know the commission was the mystery commission. It was these 7 guys in mysterious costumes.
Can I just give you? Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Remember when Lieberman asked?
He's a good man. I like.
Remember when Lieberman said to Cheney in the vice presidential debate, "You've done pretty well over the last 8 years," to talk about how well the Clinton administration had done in terms of economics.
Yes.
And Cheney said,
despite their tax increase.
Because of their tax increase.
No. Oh, you think a taxing... How about the Nobel...
Can I finish this thought?
Good.
Can I finish this thought?
Yeah.
So Cheney said, Lieberman said, "You've done pretty well over the last 8 years." And Cheney said, "Yeah, and the government had nothing to do with it." And they got billions of dollars of government contracts.
That's correct.
For a company.
Halliburton's only successful because of the government,
listen,
and he says it has nothing to do with the government.
Under Clinton,
so
why wouldn't it bother you that the vice president of the United States gave no bid contracts in Iraq?
The only no bid contract he gave was for service for the oil fixing, whatever, to repairing the...
No, that wasn't the only no bid contract.
Here's our own Jason now.
Wrong again, Jason.
I have something to read from CBS News. A report by the Congressional Research Service undermines Vice President Cheney's denial of a continuing relationship with Halliburton. The report says the public officials' unexercised stock options and deferred salary fall within the definition of retained ties to his former company.
Now, what do you say to that?
Wait. Read the first sentence.
Oh, again we got to read it?
Just the first part.
Is he a lawyer? Why can't you listen?
A report by the Congressional Research Service.
Well, what the hell is that?
It's Congress. Frank Lautenberg headed it.
He did?
Yes.
All right. I'll look into it later, and I'll have to get back.
Look right here.
Well, how much later?
Crazy. No, look, wait, what about the... No, so you're claiming that the tax... Well, I'll get back to that. I don't have a computer in front of me, Robin.
I want him to take a vote right now.
Well, I want to hear his... it's your show.
So, because of tax increases, the Clinton economy did well. Is that what you're claiming?
Yes. How?
What the...
Well, why don't you let me answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Talk about the complete recovery of this economy, number one, and talk about under Clinton. There was a surplus.
Yeah, we didn't...
That's how we got a surplus.
How much more comforting can you get?
Are you denying that the economy tanked because of 9/11 and a recession and fighting the wars?
How many questions do you want me to answer?
Where'd the money go?
How many questions do you want me to answer?
All of them. I would have talked to you for a days.
Okay, first of all...
You're crazy.
Well, you can listen to him on Air America. He'll talk to you forever.
I try to, but the problem is your show takes commercial breaks the same time Rush does, so it's kind of hard to go back.
Okay, 1993 Deficit Reduction Act.
Yeah.
Okay? Not one Republican voted for it. Many Republicans said it would cause a recession. Now, what it did was, it did increase taxes on the top 2%.
And
at
Social
39.6%.
And Social Security.
And it did tax Social Security for people who earned a certain amount, because Social Security is not...
Go ahead.
How much does your dad make per year?
Not a lot.
Well, then he probably wasn't taxed.
He was. Go ahead.
It was only taxing those people who had earned over a certain amount. Yeah. Anyway, and that was taken away later. It also decreased taxes on people at the bottom through an increase in the earned income tax credit. Every Republican voted against it. Most Republicans said it would cause a recession. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, what it did was it sent a message to the bond markets that this president was serious about cutting the deficit. As a result, it was followed by not a deficit, as many not a recession,
not
as many Republicans said.
Because they cut spending, and the Republican Congress
hang on.
did it.
The Republican Congress wasn't there for 2 years.
There wasn't a surplus, so
this led to 8 years, 8 straight years of prosperity.
That's right.
Now, and Republicans said it caused a recession.
Listen, the economy was already coming out of it when Bush left office.
Bush is the only guy who never could find oil in Texas. He bankrupted every company ever worked for. He'll bankrupt this country. Get out of here.
Wait, I got one last statement. No. Wait, one last
I want to have a closed ballot vote right now. I want everyone to take a piece of paper who works on this show. I want to see who wins.
Close back.
Perry or Bush?
Oh, please. They all.
You got to be the only guy here. Follow me.
They do.
Nobody follows me.
They're making up their own mind.
Because I can never seem to be making up my own mind. Because I'm just a ditto head or whatever the hell you guys say, which I don't even listen.
You're a bald head. You're not a ditto head.
Wait, one last thing.
You just said you couldn't listen to my show because the commercials fall at the same time that Rush's do.
Yeah.
And then you said you only listen to half an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
What's wrong with
part of that isn't? I don't get it. On my way home, it's about 45 minutes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So anyway, hold on. Wait. What about the Nobel Prize winner last week saying that the Clinton tax cuts actually hurt the economy? It would have done even better.
That's why we had that surplus?
It would have done even better.
Surplus.
No.
Who did badly under Clinton? Not you.
Okay. Well,
I'm not doing badly now. I'm doing better than I was under Clinton. And so are you, by the way. So are you.
That doesn't mean much of anything. Errol Flynn did better during the Depression.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's a ridiculous point.
A guy who makes $20,000 a year is doing better under Bush right now. His tax cuts are almost
off the book. Oh, boy, is that wrong?
Listen, the economy tax...
What, because he got $400 back?
And he lost his Medicaid coverage for his kids. He lost his Medicaid coverage for his kids. His state.
Get out of here. We spent more money on Medicaid and all that stuff. Get out of here.
No.
The funding has just died away. And education, I guess the funding's died away, right? It's up 53% under Bush. It's all a bunch of crap.
It isn't up 53%.
It is, too.
No, it's up 43%.
Good.
But
whatever.
Well, why do you say... Why are you angry?
It isn't the same thing, you... It's because my point... 43, It was not 53. My point was it went up a lot.
Scott.
Yeah, but
you have no facts. You have nothing. You have nothing.
Like I said.
But let me tell you something.
Your argument is, I'm doing better.
That's it.
No, it's not.
No. Listen, he created an unfunded mandate with No Child Left Behind, which is the most ironically named piece of legislation since the 1942 Japanese Family Leave Act.
What do I hold in my hand?
Why do you interrupt me even when I'm telling a joke?
Hold it. Here's the point.
I don't even hear you.
Jason, what do I hold in my hand? Are these everyone's ballots, except for ours in here?
Wait a minute.
I don't care.
That's everyone in the office wrote down who they're going to vote for on election.
Everyone, interns too?
Interns, everyone that was in the office. There's about 10 of them there.
I got to see if there's anybody else with you.
I don't care. I'm the only one on the planet.
You know what?
Here's my vote.
Vote.
I want my vote. Well, you know what.
I'll vote for you here. Here, I'll write down Bush for you.
Yeah.
And you got to listen to a tape of this.
I'll vote down Kerry.
You are unbelievable.
I can go through everything you say on your show. I hear you say things about those tubes that they thought, and then you're saying it turns out they were wrong. That probably they were not meant for nuclear, but they were meant for rockets and that sort of thing. They were meant for rockets, right?
Which is what the Iraqis
But you came back and said they were for, like, making medicine or something like that.
No, I didn't.
You said something on your show that was totally
wrong. You fool.
What did you say?
You know, you're a fool.
All right, here we go.
I said exactly what they were meant for, which was rockets. Which is exactly what the Iraqis said. They couldn't have been used to make centrifuges to enrich uranium.
Tell me this. Why
you will not admit that there's about 1 million other countries more involved in terrorism than Iraq? I mean, that Saddam Hussein was so busy. In fact, the guy who hated Al-Qaeda more than us is Saddam Hussein. Those guys were going to take over his country, if anything. He is the only one who could tame Iraq.
Look, you got a guy.
They got to bring him back.
Destruction.
He doesn't.
Well, we have to go with that.
He had no weapons.
Because everybody told us he did.
And we had weapons inspectors in there.
Where did they go then?
They found nothing.
To believe.
Because they were destroyed. If you read the Delphi report,
Why didn't he tell us that?
Because he wanted Iran.
Bush wanted to get to Iraq no matter what.
Scott. He admits to the whole world that he doesn't have any weapons of mass destruction, then he just shows how vulnerable he is.
All right, listen to me.
No,
because he wanted Iran to believe he did it.
We're going to count the votes.
So Saddam is suddenly a sane man.
My guess is everyone who works, there will be one Bush vote. Yeah. I will now count the votes.
I don't care. What does this prove?
I got to know. I got to know what's doing right here.
Proves I'm smarter than all of you. Oh, that's all it proves.
God.
Wow.
Kerry, first vote.
Yeah.
Kerry.
Yeah.
Gee, this is like Survivor. You know what's going to happen.
Well, you know, I'm going to be curious.
You should be off.
Somebody, this is. I can tell already. I can tell already.
You don't like the scent?
I can tell this is already asswhite Benji, libertarian. He can't, you know, he can't be part of it.
He's part of the notice me.
Yeah, please, no more. Don't ever take a vote from him.
No, I'd say he's
Kerry.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
So 3-1, libertarian.
All right.
Kerry, libertarian.
Kerry.
4-1.
Hey, why didn't Kerry vote to go for in 91?
Kerry, hold it.
That's a good question.
We're in the middle of a question. We're in the middle of a Kerry.
We're voting. We're counting.
Kerry.
Wow.
It's a landslide in here. Bush. That's your vote.
Oh, no,
I wrote it.
Mine.
I wrote it.
It's not my writing.
That's mine. I wrote it to you.
Write your vote. He wrote it for you.
Kerry. There's no one who believes you. Kerry, you haven't swayed one person.
I don't care. I'm not trying to sway people.
Yes, you are.
I know what's right.
Kerry.
You're so right.
What do you mean I am? I am
Every
not
day
trying.
you tell us that we're stupid.
Kerry.
Because you tell me I'm stupid. I can't sit there and listen to this crap and just take it.
I haven't seen one other Bush. Not voting. I wonder who that is. Why would they not vote?
Earlier, JD told me he already voted. And I said, who'd you vote for? Democrat, right? And he goes, yeah. And I go, why? And he couldn't tell me one reason. He couldn't tell me.
He's kind of
like
like you.
Because he doesn't like
Get into it with you.
He said he couldn't tell me one Republican he liked. I said, all right, well, tell me a Democrat you liked. He couldn't name one either. So
I have Republicans I like, but if you look at these two candidates, you see that there is a superior candidate.
John McCain.
Yep.
John McCain.
But why are you
voting for Bush?
Oh, you're laughing.
He's voting for Bush. How do you explain that?
I don't know if he's actually voting for Bush. I know that he's supporting Bush.
Right, he's supporting him, but he's going to go in and vote for Kerry.
How about Giuliani? You like Giuliani?
I do.
I like the way Giuliani handled the post 9/11. I thought he was masterful, and I really admired that.
So if he's there today against Kerry, you voting for him or Kerry?
I'm voting for Kerry.
Interesting.
It's amazing how you can like someone and still vote not in the same way. Isn't that amazing?
Isn't that amazing?
That's pretty amazing.
You don't want to know how passionate Scott is about this, and I give him credit for it. Will went for a ride in Scott's car. On a napkin, he saw Scott takes notes during Al Franken's show. He saw a napkin that said, Franken, Kerry, flip-flop on a napkin. He's taking notes for no one.
That was
no one. For no show.
No, you know what it was?
9-4-3.
All right, let's go to Eric. Eric, go ahead. You're on
Jason,
the air.
you're boring. Get off the air.
Howard.
Yes.
I wanted to say, wait, let me...
Get off the speaker.
I just wanted to tell you, this whole segment here
is
not funny at all.
No, there's nothing funny about it.
Nothing at all.
You're absolutely right. Scott represents a huge portion of the country that is not funny.
50%.
They have no sense of humor.
There's nothing funny about this.
Go smoke another one, you...
Just to talk about the mindset we're dealing with Scott, he believes that the animals want us to run oil pipelines.
Jason, that's the third time I've explained that to you, and you still have not got it right. So your logic is so crazy. What I said, we should be drilling for oil in Alaska.
Because
what Jason said, it's going to kill the caribou, and I said it's not going to kill the caribou.
You said they like it.
If anything, it could give them shelter.
You said
it's not going to drill for oil already.
Who said this wasn't funny?
Drill for oil.
The bears like uranium.
Sitting there making let me ask you that. Why is it better to drill for oil over in
No, let's ask you something. Why would these pipes... Why would the caribou like the pipes?
Listen, because they're warm. Listen, I built at my house. I built. Let's see, a deck. Hold on.
Do you think black people want slavery back because it was a guarantee?
I built a deck, and I also built a shed. And you know what I have now? There's rabbits living under both. So therefore, man-made items can create shelter.
Is hot oil going to come bursting out of your porch?
We're going to domesticate the caribou.
Pipeline. Idiot.
And I've got a coal mine.
Why do you care about a place none of us are ever going to see, and yet you'd rather them drill for oil in Texas? That makes no sense.
The vet told me my dog wouldn't like getting banged. He was wrong about that. He loves it. Come here, dude.
All right, this has been fun, but it's enough.
Yeah, it really.
Vote Bush.
All right.
So the caribou are going to live under the pipeline. That's funny.
No, other animals and all the wildlife. Sure, give some more.
It's going to be like one of those Saturday morning cartoons.
What do you think?
Animal sanctuary.
It's like when Superman came over from Krypton. he found that our sun turned out to be... Now, we could put these pipes in Alaska, and before you know it, maybe the caribou will get superpowers.
There you go.
Maybe life will be better. It'll be warmer.
What if the
and then it'll heat up Alaska.
I don't care.
All the ice will melt.
Let him die. I want oil until we have something else. It's so crazy. I feel I'm as passionate on this as you are.
This is not a totally irrational point of view.
No, it's not at all. But he said the caribou will like the pipes.
That's
crazy thinking.
What he said,
I heard you say
that they would die. I said they would not die.
Your exact words were that the animals prefer to have us up there because the pipes keep them warm.
It was a joke.
3 people heard you say it.
It was a joke, and I've explained it to you 1,000 times.
Well, you are
a joke.
All right.
That was.
The reality is
I wasn't here, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
You should write for Saturday Night Live.
So I can write for this idiot.
Oh, that's not nice. That's not gentlemanly.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the way they are.
Oh,
mean.
No, I'm used to it. This is the way they are.
Right. Okay.
You know, I was up at Colby College this weekend to do a Get Out the Vote rally, and there were some Bush supporters there demonstrating outside, and I invited them in to debate.
Gentlemanly.
And they wouldn't come in.
Right. Because they're afraid of your intelligence.
Well, why don't you do it? Doesn't Sean Hannity want to debate you?
I actually, he will not have me on his show.
Really?
I had him on
I thought you went on his show.
No, he went on my show.
Convention or something.
He went on my show at the convention. He was right by me, and he sat down for a while. So that was nice of him. But I've asked to be on his show, and he won't have me.
Why is that?
I think he's afraid of having me on.
Why don't we put it out there and see?
I would love to do it. I'd love to do his show. I'd love to do Hannity and Combs.
Talk to me about the Bill O'Reilly thing for a second, because that's another one of Scott's heroes.
Is he a hero?
He's your hero.
It's not.
Well, he's a Rush Limbaugh's
All these guys.
Rush Limbaugh's your girlfriend.
Rush Limbaugh could walk down the street tomorrow and pass right by him. I wouldn't care. I think he's arrogant. I could care less. I just think he's right.
You just have to listen to him.
I just think he's right, and I think a lot of things Bill O'Reilly
is right.
Who is he? I don't know.
Did you hear me talk about this? 75% of all people in the
I didn't hear him say that, but I'm sure your guy got it wrong. Did you listen to it yourself? Is that exactly how he said it?
Yeah, no, it was on tape. We played it on tape.
Did he say that, or did he say, was he just talking like off the cuff, like I was a minute ago?
No, he said on tape.
Wait a minute.
Was he saying a fact, or was he saying, I bet 75%?
No, he said 75%.
All right, well, then that's wrong. But I tell you,
I heard this all the time.
So should I listen to your show and pick out,
Sure.
wrongs?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, pick out one inaccuracy.
Yeah.
All right, I will.
Al actually researches what he says. That's the shame of it.
That's the difference. You see, we got ours from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. He gets his labor statistics from the Bureau of Russia's ass.
Right.
And the problem is they don't care. The ditto heads do not care.
They don't care.
What about making up your own facts to fit your argument?
That's what they do.
I'm sure Al does.
So what?
No, I don't.
The point is, Scott, that Rush uses these statistics to support his argument.
All right, listen to me. Let me ask you some Bill O'Reilly stuff.
Can I ask him one little question?
Can I ask one question and then you'll go?
Okay.
All right. So Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
All right. You don't care about scandals. You're talking about politics. You're not. You could be bashing him over the fact that.
I haven't been. I've been trying to take the high road on the old Franken factor.
Right, because you could sit there and laugh and say, "What a hypocrite! Here's a guy who's talking about morality and he's talking about how you're a bad person."
Yeah, but you know what, Howard?
Yeah.
You can't take joy out of someone else's suffering.
Really? What are you, Jesus?
As you smile.
You just can't. You can't go through life that way.
What about the reports in the paper that say you were having lunch with this girl who was accusing Bill O'Reilly?
I had dinner with her.
Go ahead. Oh, look at this. You see, because these guys are going to think there was some sort of conspiracy.
Like collusion or
something. No, this was about, I guess, I don't know, maybe a year ago. I can't remember how long ago it was. And I remember I was trying to figure out, she warned me about him threatening me to her. But what happened was...
What was his threats? What was he saying about you? What was he going to do?
In the complaint, I don't know if this is true, this is her complaint, that he said something about...
we're going to get Franken.
We're going to get Franken, and they're going to come to my door, and my life will change. I know
He's trying to be a big man, probably in front of the girl.
Yeah.
Maybe doesn't have a big this way, it looks like.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
It's compensation.
I've done that with girls. I've said, you know what, I'm going to fix that guy. There are things people don't know that I can get done. Meanwhile, I get nothing done.
Yeah, and he says, you know, it's going to go all the way to the top. She says, the top of what? He said, just look at the cover of the book.
Right.
And it has, like, President Bush and Vice President Cheney are going to, like, come after me. Anyway,
okay. And by the way, just for the record, do you agree with O'Reilly that she should use a vibrator?
I'm very agnostic.
You don't care about any of that?
On that.
All right, go ahead.
Jeremy Glick is this kid who lost his father in the World Trade Center. And he's kind of lefty, and he had signed a anti-war petition about Iraq. And O'Reilly was mad about that and had him on the show.
Okay.
And he had the kid on the show, and long and short of it is he didn't agree with the kid, and he told the kid to shut up. Shut up, and then turned off his mic. And then it was reported in Harper's that he told the kid,
tear you to
effing pieces.
Right.
What's the matter, sir?
Okay. And so that's what O'Reilly said to the guy, according to Harper's. Now, he hasn't denied it. O'Reilly hasn't. He was on Terry Gross, and he said, and I had written about this in the book, and I knew the entire transcript of the show. Terry Gross brings this up, and O'Reilly goes, hey, did you read the transcript? And she said, well, I read the transcript in Harper's. Well, that's not the whole transcript. That's just like the liberal media. Take it out of context. If you read the whole thing, you'll see that this kid said that Bush 1 and Bush 2 orchestrated 9/11. And he did nothing of the sort.
Like
nothing of the sort. And then he says, and, of course, being a journalist, I had to ask him if he had any proof. And he didn't. Which is, you know, that's smearing these guys. Okay? That's libel. All right? All right? Okay? All right? So, and then so, now I get an email from Jeremy Glick, this guy whose crime was losing his father in the World Trade Center. They have his thumb.
Right.
They have the dad's thumb. That's all they have. And he's a PhD student at Rutgers. And the only way he makes any extra money is by writing. And he says to me, O'Reilly's been saying this on his radio show. Now he said it on Terry Gross. And it's hard for me to get jobs because people think I'm a conspiracy nut.
Right.
So Andrea Macris, who I had met after a REM concert. I went to an REM concert. There was a big party afterwards. I met her. She told me she worked for O'Reilly. I yelled at her.
Right.
And she said, well, there's things you should probably know. She gave me her card. When this Jeremy Glick stuff started happening, I called her up. We met for dinner. So I was begging her to tell O'Reilly to stop smearing this kid.
Right. Because
and
it's
that's
really
why
hurting.
we had dinner. And then she told me about his threats against me. And she told me, I can't talk to the guy. I won't be able to talk to the guy. He won't listen.
Did she ever bring up sexual harassment?
No comment.
Really? Why no comment?
Going to be a witness?
Well, just, I don't, I don't know. The point is that she said there were some things happening there that weren't the most savory.
Really?
Yes, and I just said, well, look, you know, and then I actually kind of encouraged her to leave and go to someplace else, and she was thinking of leaving and going to CNN. And that's the last I saw of her until I showed up at CNN to do the Paul Zahn show,
right,
where she was a producer.
Right.
And I said, hi, and da-da-da. And then the next I saw her was at the Republican convention this time, and she was on the floor for O'Reilly, and I was very surprised that she was back at O'Reilly.
Considering what she had told you at your dinner about harassment.
Well, she... Yeah, I mean, a little bit that, but she was not happy with, she said some good things about the work environment at Fox. She said that at CNN, people tend to lock up their Rolodexes at night. They went through a lot of producers on Paul Zahn's show, and that at Fox, people don't lock up their Rolodexes, and producers are supportive of each other. So that aspect of the climate at Fox, she seemed to like.
Right.
But that's about the sum total of all our meetings. And I guess the guy at the restaurant who owns the restaurant where we had dinner made... and, of course, the Post has been doing everything it can to smear her.
Yes.
Which is exactly sort of what O'Reilly says in the complaint. And this is her complaint. I don't know if it's true, but in it, O'Reilly says he will destroy any woman that comes after, and Fox will, and
right.
How about the where I read that he invited her back to her room to watch something, and
she went.
And she went. I mean, why would she do that?
I think
and nothing happened, I think.
All I can say,
it makes her case look bad.
Well, this is what I think. This is when she was still working at CNN. And I think she's looking to get out of CNN and go back to Fox.
Right.
So I think this was, I can't speak to that any more than that. I mean, women in this field have a limited number of places to go. And she wanted to go.
Oh, what are you owing about? Can the man
Poor
speak?
Women.
Oh.
What about at the Franken factor? The women are treated well, though, right?
At the Franken factor, the women are treated well.
What does that mean? Women have limited places to go. That's crazy.
Well,
just as many places to go as guys do. Come on.
In 24-hour cable, you're probably right about that. But people have a limited place to go in that field.
It probably doesn't make her case look good to say that she was being harassed by Bill O'Reilly and then go to a room with him and watch TV with him. You're absolutely right. So we don't know. But we know Al went to dinner with her. And we know that part of her complaint was that Al is being singled out because they're going to get him.
Yeah, she sort of warned me about that.
And Al is attacked constantly in the Post.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, they sued me. The News Corp sued me, and so we're not that friendly.
Well, I think Al is great. I want to plug the Al Franken show, which is called the Al Franken Factor.
No, it's now the Al Franken.
Oh, it is? You dropped Al Franken? Since O'Reilly got in trouble with the girl?
No, we dropped it after he wouldn't sue us.
I liked it. You're right. You wanted to be sued. You were baiting him.
We were trying to, and as, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. He wouldn't do it again.
Now it's just a factor. The Al Franken Show, weekdays from noon to 3 on WLIB, 1190 a.m. in New York. You can listen to that, and I think you get a lot of good reasons to vote for Kerry.
Absolutely.
And which is a good thing, which is something we need desperately. And for additional time listings, go to AirAmericaRadio.com.
Thanks, Howard.
And it's always great seeing you. And pick up Al's book. I'm trying to think of the last one that I read. Was
Lies.
Yeah. Great book. And, Scott, I don't know what to tell you, man. You're the only one.
Scott, maybe at some point, maybe it'll be after the election, because I have a lot of time, we can sit down, have, lunch, so we don't have to yell at each other.
Yeah.
Or whatever, dinner or something, and we can calmly discuss this stuff, because it seems like every time I bring up something that is fact-based, there's sort of
you yell.
Yeah, you yell.
And
I've just never seen an election like this. It pisses me off that daily there's another thing that comes out that is just so crazy.
All right, we'll continue this at lunch.
And Bush is very, very guilty of that. You have to admit that.
Well,
all right, okay. This is it.
Go Phillies!
All right, we're going to take a break. Al Franken, thank you.
Thank you, Howard.
And we come back, we'll wrap up our show with the news and stuff like that right after these words.
So, hey, this is Alan.
Backstage at my gig the other night, they played Iron Man.
Yeah.
And 500 people just went, I am Robo-Spanker.
That part you remember.
Yeah, I think it's catchier than the real lyrics.
Well, the night is coming back to him.
Sam's on the phone, Sam Simon, and he has an embarrassing Artie story, but I'm not picking up.
Why?
Because Sam tells stories and they're not funny.
Oh.
They're just not. He goes on and on and on.
Sometimes, every once in a while, they're funny.
And I get in. And I know the guy personally, and I love him, but I don't want to...
Don't indulge him?
Because he'll go, hey, Howard, how come you don't put me on the air? And I go, I don't want to say your story's kind of slow and there's too many details and it's not all that interesting.
Well, Sam is a great writer, so when he tells a story, you'll get really good jokes.
Fast.
What?
I'll talk fast.
Sam, everyone, because I said to Gary, Sam's on the phone with an embarrassing... I know it's not going to be good.
It's going to be, you're going to love it.
You're not a good storyteller.
I'm a raconteur. Hey, so...
No, you're not. No, it's already
I love Artie. his DVD is sensational.
I'm already
this is how
annoyed.
Wait,
you're bored with that?
No offense. I mean, we'll talk about your DVD and do the best we can, but it's just Sam goes on and on.
Oh, my God.
Sam, you're not good at this.
You need some editing.
You need a little bit. You need an editor.
So, a very prestigious cable network called me and wanted to do a TV show.
All right, prove me wrong, but
actually, Howard, you know what? You like this.
All right, Sam, can you tell it quick?
I haven't said anything.
Even this is taking
time. Called me and wanted to do a TV show. They said, Sam, we want you to do our first 3-camera show, and I love Artie, so I went in and I pitched the Artie Lang show. And we talked about Artie. We talked about him. We talked about anecdotes that people have heard from the show about him pooping his pants and his drinking and his gambling, all that stuff. We pitched a story out. There was a kind of strange tone. But I left a copy of the new tapes, the DVDs, and I got a call back. And they said, listen, Sam, we love you. We love your series. We love the story you pitch. We love the characters. This is true. They said that we just have one problem. I said, what? They said, can someone else play Artie?
All right, that was a good one.
All right.
All right, Sam, you redeemed yourself.
Okay.
Thank you. Sam Simon.
They were very offended by the DVD.
Is that right?
Yeah, very. Like to the point where I think I'm not allowed at this particular place anymore.
Why? Chris Rock does dirty material.
Yeah, but he gets away with it.
Yeah.
This was like...
He's lucky. He's black.
Well, I mean, it's not that. He's hilariously funny, but
Well, so are you.
I don't think that they appreciated my political incorrectness.
I see. How about the Artie Lang show starring Janine Garofalo? What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, what the hell? Why can't I play me, damn it?
Anyway, let me just take a couple of phone calls, and then I'll get to a couple of things I've been waiting to play for you. This is John.
Hey now.
Hey now, John.
What's going on? I was actually calling because Booker was talking online yesterday about Robin.
Okay, and?
Well, you know how Robin said that he doesn't want to do interviews or whatever, and then he went on and saying that...
Oh, people are the worst storytellers. Sir. I have no idea what this... Booker was online. Where was he online?
On K-Rock.
He was on the radio.
Yeah, he was on the radio.
He wasn't online. He was on the radio.
He was on the radio, man.
But you just said online.
I just woke up.
Jackass. But don't call me if you don't know how to tell a story. I mean, really, I hate to be on the rag today, everybody, but I'm just listening to this, and I'm like, well, how do people communicate? Hello, Howard, what's going on? That's the first thing makes me mental. Hey, Howard, what's going on? What do you mean, what's going on? You're calling me. You must have a topic. Okay. Then we move to... Booker was online yesterday talking about Robin. Okay, and? What? You know, I mean, and what? What? Hello? He's gone. I mean, what a waste of my life.
You ran him off.
Minutes are ticking by.
Find out what he said.
Hey, Booker did something, and we don't know what it is. Holy mackerel. Yes, John.
Howard.
Hi, John.
Hey, Howard, what's going on? Listen, Howard, I just want to ask you a question about the satellite radio thing. I just want to know, is it going to be completely censored? I mean, are you going to be able to say whatever you want? I mean, not that you got like Tom there pressing a button or anything.
No. That's why I'm going there. There is
completely craziness. It's going to be the Howard we want.
Well, listen, it's going to be the Howard that Howard wants, not the Howard you want. I don't know what you're looking for. What kind of Howard you're looking for?
I'm looking for a show that's just completely...
Uncensored, yes. That is what I am allowed to do. It is. If you listen to it, they have shows on there now that are completely uncensored. They have, I could do whatever. The only censorship, if you will, is, of course, you can't libel someone. You can't slander someone, but that's the rules for every broadcaster.
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
But
Howard, you're taking everybody with you, right, Howard?
Yes.
And Howard, unfortunately, this costs a lot of money, right? Like $500 or something like that. I mean.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not trying to do a commercial. Anybody who wants to come over with us, great, man. I'd love to have you there, and that's it.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Howard. When I'm calling you from Florida, and when Clear Channel took you off the radio here, it was pretty devastating. I mean, if you think the 4 Category 3 hurricanes were bad, I think this was a lot worse.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty bad for me.
Yeah, well, I thought they should have had FEMA for the Howard service, and that's how I felt. All
right, I gotta move along.
All right, Howard, I love you.
Love you too. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Just don't want to spend any time with you.
Well, it's enough. I'm finished. Yeah, Gary said that he was in with Tom yesterday preparing Best Of, and he said it was so bad. He was going to call me, but he doesn't want to bum me out.
And you know what? Here's the deal. I don't want to do this every day.
I don't want to do Best Of anymore.
But I don't want to do this every day. Like, I'm not sitting, Tom and I both agree that it's a horrible situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know what, though? That excuse is running thin. I just am sick of my fellow broadcasters saying that I should stay on a sinking ship with them and stay here on regular radio when, they keep cutting down my markets, keep cutting off my money, and also keep cutting off the show. Most importantly to me is to be heard, and to be heard in the way I want to be heard, and it's not happening anymore. And I can't stand hearing these stories of Tom sitting in the back room going through my tapes, my material. Like you see how, like, Steven Spielberg doesn't want anybody to cut his movies?
Yeah, Saving Private Ryan has to run uncut.
Yeah, I mean,
can't have it.
I'm even willing to realize that there are times that, some things have to be cut. But this is ridiculous. I mean, this is like Tom sitting there. The thought of Tom involved in my show, creatively, sitting there, and he goes, it's really good because we can edit out whole sentences cleanly. No one knows what they're missing.
Well, see, the big thing is...
I don't want to trust him with that. And I don't have time to sit there for endless hours and edit these shows.
And what is it when he says, oh, this is horrible, chop, chop.
Well,
oh, this is horrible, chop, chop.
Yeah, I mean,
chopping.
He'll even edit out stuff that he just personally finds offensive.
Well, here's the process. In the old days, Scott would dub Best Of down, right? I would give him something that I want. He would dub it out, and then he would listen to it and say, this is a potential reference, this is a potential reference.
Yeah, even that I hate.
Which is a weird thing, because Scott's not really a lawyer, but he does it well.
Yeah.
And then Tom and I would sit in there, and we would sort of negotiate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would say, this has to come out. I would be like...
And now there's no negotiating.
There really isn't anymore.
Yeah. There's no, like, saying, well, Tom, I disagree. I just want it out. It's like now it's like, we just want it out.
Because the bottom line is they can't afford any fine or any citing at all.
But why not? Get the fine and go to court with the FCC. You'll win.
No, that's the thing they won't do.
That's not going to happen, apparently.
So for $3.5 million that they paid the FCC, they could have taken that $3.5 million, hired the best law firm, and gone to court with the FCC. I don't understand. I mean, it's one thing if you're saying, I don't want to go to court because I don't want to pay money to a lawyer. That I get. But they're paying $3.5 million to the government. So why not take the $3.5 and go up against the FCC? It's not going to cost you any more than $3.5 million. And if you lose to the FCC, then you know that, okay, there's some sort of new weird freakish laws on the books.
But then there'll also be a fine. So
okay, fine. So there'll be a fine. So,
See, but the problem is with that supposed deal they made, that sudden death thing, just one complaint, and they agreed to suspend us.
Right.
But that's fine. I'm willing to be suspended. I'd rather be suspended than have my material cut.
Well, and we're at the point now where apparently any mention of, and apparently we're held to a different standard for Best Of, because running Best Of is premeditated. In other words, we know what we're running. It didn't happen on the fly. We're listening to these tapes, we're running it.
Yeah, I don't care.
So they're cut even more.
Right.
So almost any reference to in any way is cut. And
yeah, I mean, what is this?
But the worst part yesterday
and why am I putting up with it? Why am I allowing them to take my tapes and run them when I'm not here?
Did you check with your agent about what the contractual obligations are, or whether you can or can just say, no, I don't want my tapes running anymore?
Well, I'm in a weird place. I feel funny about going off on vacation and not having our show on the air. I feel weird about that. The reason there's a best of is I fought to get it on the air. When I first came here, they wanted to erase all my tapes. Tom said it was too expensive to save cassettes. So I was the one who said, why don't we save the cassettes, and when I'm on vacation, you could play the show. It would be very popular. And we found that best of gets higher ratings than when I'm here live.
In the summer,
But it was because it was good. But now they chop everything out. I mean, I have a problem with this. So, on the one hand, do I want to take us off the air when we go away for a week or two on Christmas or something? Or do I want... Is a little bit of us better than...
None at all.
Than none at all. And if I'm a fan and I'm driving in my car in the morning and we're on vacation and I hear best of it, I'm interviewing, you know, I don't know, some Elvis impersonator and it's funny and you're rolling around in your car and you're having a good time, you know. But I feel they edit out the best of, the best stuff.
But it's literally under a microscope. You know what I mean? Imagine you listening line by line and you're like,
Yeah, I hate that.
So the one that
and seriously, when I try to be funny, I have a way of being funny, at least a way that works for me. Every word is chosen. It's part of who I am.
Well, the one reference yesterday, because we sit in the room and it's me and Tom and Dave and Scott, and then once in a while when something doesn't fly, there's like a sort of surprised look on everyone's face.
Everyone's shocked.
So the one yesterday that I really felt weird about was, and I don't know if I can repeat it, but let's just say somebody, I thought very innocently, used the word hump as a verb. Okay?
Hump.
Yeah.
Hump.
Right.
So I humped a girl.
Exactly.
That is edited.
So I said to Tom, he said, listen, because we rerun this stuff, our best of, you know.
You know what?
So hold on a second.
I got to get out of here already. Let me out. Let me out a year early. I beg of you. Let me out.
So, Howard, my argument was, I said, I will bet you there's 100 sitcoms on the air right now, Friends or
Tom,
Will and
let
Grace.
me out. Let me out.
Nobody
Please,
told you to put it back in? I decided I was wrong.
Wow, okay.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You decided you were wrong?
Yes.
When does that ever happen?
First.
That is the first time you've ever come and put something back in, but thank you.
I mean, why wouldn't we defend I humped a girl to the FCC? How could we lose that in court? And take the $3.5 million. Listen, I don't spend anybody's money. But if you're spending $3.5 million in fines and admitting guilt, which this company did, which sickens me, that they have to admit guilt.
But it was not. It was none of your shows.
I understand.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is, $3.5 million was spent. Let's take the $3.5 million and go in court and get the best lawyer on the planet. I know a ton of good lawyers that would want $3.5 million. And not only that, the publicity of defending indecency.
And going to possibly the Supreme Court or whatever.
Yeah.
You could probably get a great lawyer for less money.
I would think so.
You have no idea how quickly those fees run up.
Well, when they see it's Viacom.
$800,000 an hour for these top lawyers.
But yeah, and by the way, let's find a realistic lawyer in the future, because I got news for you. These lawyers all see it's Viacom, and there's no way on the planet they get that much money.
But you're right, though. It's a lot of guys will do it for the high-profile aspect of it, too. You know, money and publicity.
Yeah, I was going to say
No, there's not too many lawyers out there who want to take this kind of thing on and not get paid.
They want to get. We give them $1.5 million. Believe me, they'll be satisfied.
There's power and fame, though, Tom, especially.
I know, I understand that, but I think you're wrong.
If you win this case, you're set for life as a lawyer.
Yeah. You're
the guy.
You're effing Bailey.
But you know, the other thing, Howard, is that I'm editing myself now, and even what I choose to present as best of.
I know. I hate the whole thing.
And there were a couple of bits that we just looked at the titles yesterday, and they just went away.
Let me out. Let me go.
No more.
Please, I'm begging you. You got your new morning show. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, come on. There's got to be.
Mark Harris?
The Mark Harris show. I gave it to you. Yes. Anybody.
Come on, Tom. We could be at the bar by 8 o'clock drinking.
Let's call it a day already. This is ridiculous.
What a mouth.
Well, that's ridiculous.
What a mouth.
Where'd that drop come from?
Getting to be ridiculous.
I mean, really, let's go already. I'm ready to start. Something new. This is bogus.
But even if they let you go, doesn't guarantee that they'll let you start.
I'm not the god morning zoo. I'm not. I don't want to be the morning zoo.
We don't want to blow the 5 o'clock whistle.
I want to make a dedication to you got the song Warren Zevon. You got Warren Zevon's last album that he did when he dropped.
I believe I do.
Go get that. Read my thoughts.
Are you talking about the song "Keep Me Close"?
A little while.
Keep me in your heart for
a little while. I want to.
That's going to be touching.
I'm going to make a dedication to my audience because I have to take a commercial break anyway, and this will be nice. I smell. That's it. No. I smell the beginning of the end.
Are you really true about that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. This is going to come to a head.
That is depressing.
Yeah. What do you think? What's your timeline? When is the end? Do you see it close, or is it a little bit further away? What do you see?
I see a few more months at the most.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I'm not making any long-range plans, like going back to Vegas this year. Or I had this dream that for our final year on the radio here, through free radio, as you call it, terrestrial radio, I thought for the final year, we would have a big party, a big celebration. I would go to each of our radio markets, appear live for a week, hang out, and make it like, wow, we were here 20 years, #1 in most every market. We as an audience, as a show, we bonded together and we created radio history. There is no doubt.
And you go to see everybody to thank them.
Right, like a thank you. Free shows, whatever.
People would go nuts.
We would have a great time. We'd bring some rock bands with us, and we'd just have a big celebration of the fact that for 20 years, despite the government, despite the religious groups, despite sponsors who like McDonald's who want to bust my balls, despite everything, against all odds, we prevailed. We did. We prevailed. And the show flourished, even in light of the FCC. And let me tell you something. We've had some knockdown, drag-out battles. In spite of being fired from NBC, DC 101, the show continued. Everybody managed to stay together. And we became a family of sorts, I'm not going to get all gushy here and say that we're like a family like your mom and your dad, but a family that gets together every morning for 4 hours, that's pretty impressive. Most families couldn't take each other for 10 minutes.
Yeah, think of the holidays coming up in that pit in your stomach.
Yeah, and despite that I had my off days, though they were few, we managed to, all stay together. Gary, you got that song that I need?
Where did he go to get it?
I think you went to another radio station.
Don't you have that download thing anymore on that computer?
I don't want to go further with this unless I have my song. Yeah.
Where'd he go? He's gone.
Fa-fa. Fa-fa.
Fa-fa fro high.
Fa-fa flony. Can someone come in here and tell me where we're at with the song? Can anybody give me feedback out there?
Apparently there's no one out there.
I was really going to say something quite beautiful.
Poignant.
Can someone... Yes?
Howard, I'm in the back office. I'm trying to get the CD. We have a bad problem with storage. I know where it is. It's in the lock cabinet. I got to find the key. I apologize, but I'm looking for it.
Well, who has the key?
It's at Anne-Marie's desk. I got it. We're opening it up now. I'm trying to see if the CD's in there. It's not at my fingertips. You know what I mean?
I got it at my apartment in Jersey. If that's quicker.
Thanks, Artie. You're help.
No, but open up the desk. What makes you think it's in someone's desk?
No, it's a cabinet. We keep locked cabinets because people were stealing all the CDs.
Lovely.
What happened? What would happen is I had all the CDs on the wall.
Don't you have a music system?
Yeah, but that's not part of our music system.
You had all the CDs in the wall, and people would just go in and take whatever they want.
But they wouldn't steal the CD cases, so they'd be there forever. Then when you need it, you'd open it up, and the CD would be
That's
gone.
great. That's something. You know, instead of editing my show, you think Tom would be putting a lock on our CDs.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. We just, after years and years and years, we got the approval. We ordered cabinets. They'll be here in a couple of months.
A couple of months when I'm gone.
I know.
I mean, it's so
Keep
ludicrous.
things from walking around.
Well, you go in and you tell the general manager things are walking out the door. It takes him a couple of months to find a cabinet.
So I'm looking for the key now to get in the cabinet.
All right, you know what? Forget that. Forget what I was going to say. It's not worth it anymore. I had a moment. What about this music system we have on computer?
Yeah, but that's all. Vinny gave us all old music. The new music isn't on there. This was released like 4 or 5, 6 months ago.
The new music isn't on there.
Yeah, where the new music isn't on there.
No, there's no new music on there.
No.
No one updates it.
No, that's another system we're trying to get done.
Another system
that we're having difficulty getting implemented.
Why is that system having trouble getting implemented?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's behind that. Because you'd have to burn it and rip it into yet a different system, and we don't have enough memory. And then the station bought a new system that's not compatible with the system that we're using.
I have that new system the station bought. Why?
Right, but we can't take our... Okay, you ready for this? We have 40,000 songs. I had this discussion yesterday. We have 40,000 songs in our system.
Right.
In order to put them in the station system, we would have to rename every single song. Somebody would have to go and physically type and rename every single song.
So let's do that.
By the time we're done, we'll be moving. It's ridiculous.
Well, if we keep taking the attitude that we're moving, let's move around.
No.
I got another year here.
I have the songs that we need, and I have the song that you need. I just got it. It just was handed to me. I'll be in with 2 seconds.
Now I'm in a foul mood.
Not in the sweet mood you were before.
Yeah, I was in a sweet mood. I was feeling emotional, and now I'm not. All right, let me see if I can recapture what I wanted to say. I'm going to try and say this. All right, because I'm upset.
Maybe if you hear the song. I don't get you back.
I want to make a dedication to my audience. You know this name of the song? Give me that song. What's the matter with you?
I can sing it.
Your heart. Yeah, that's what I want. That's the song?
Yeah.
Are there any dirty words? No.
Big lips.
Thank you.
Boxy, nice ass.
You don't even seem to understand the show. You just ruin everything. You got to be funny in here.
I can't wait for you guys to see this on Howard TV.
Daily shows, classics, and exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Well, that's going to be on Howard TV.
The funniest, sexiest, most star-studded network on TV is Howard TV On Demand.
Hey Stern fans, welcome to Fine Time, the show where you, the fans, get the opportunity to ask questions and interact with your favorite Stern Show staffers, whack backers, and celebrity superfans. I'm your host, Rachel Fine. Now, my guest today rose to fame on Saturday Night Live, where his Joe Pesci and Goat Boy characters were instant classics. Stoners around the world love him from the film Half-Baked, and Stern fans really love him for his impressions of everyone from his family members to Judas Priest and Metallica. He is an author, a comic, a radio host, and he's the star of a documentary that focuses on the special relationship he has with his dad. Now, recently, he's left the party scene to focus on being a great husband and father, and he is still wiping the from his dad's ass. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Brewer. Why, hello, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us on Fine Time today.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. We had a ton of audience questions, so I'm
gonna
jump in here.
All right.
We've got one from Michael A. Michael asks, would you work on the Stern Show if they made you an offer?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I definitely would. I think that'd be a huge honor, yeah.
That'd be amazing.
If it made sense, and yeah, definitely. In the past, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Because, but a lot of people bring it up to me, or they ask, but I'd have to say the honest answer would be yes.
So maybe that's the next step in your career.
Who knows?
I hope so.
Who knows?
Question from Jason C. Jason asks, if this is what you look and act like sober, what are you like when you're actually high?
Well, those days are gone.
Okay.
But when I used to, I was my eyes are really red.
Yeah.
My eyes drip down even more, and I'd laugh a little too much and get a little too into my conversation. I'd usually go far out there in the conspiracy world, and then it would always end with paranoia of some type. always end with paranoia.
Has it been a long time since you've been
It's been years.
Okay.
It's been years.
Question from David S. David asks, where did you get your metal singing voice, and have you ever been in a band?
I started in high school, and really, it was imitating. All I did was imitate. I would imitate all the bands I was into. So that's where I kind of learned to sing. I took some singing lessons from friends, and then band-wise, I started fronting a band, but we mixed stand-up comedy with musical hooks. So, and I did that in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I just started doing it again. So technically, I sing, but not to the point where like, oh my gosh, he's singing now? It's just the hook, and then talk and do the stand-up.
But you treat music like an impression almost, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's the only, like I almost feel uncomfortable if I'm just singing.
Yeah.
But if you give me an impression or a voice to work off of, I have more confidence with it.
Cool. Question from Paul M. Paul asks, is there anything you would do differently now if you were back on SNL that you didn't do before?
Oh, God. Yes, I would be more. I wouldn't take everything so personally. I took so many things so personally. I would take the writers personally if I thought they were throwing my jokes out or writing or criticize something while I wasn't there. I just took so many things personal. I wouldn't do that again, and I probably would have been there for at least 5 more years, at least wanted to be.
Question from Deborah C. Deborah asks, what is your favorite and your least favorite impression to perform?
I love any rock impressions. I like them more. My least favorite is the Pesci one's old to me.
You're just tired of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost hacky.
Oh, hey, where's my assistant? Where's my... Hey, give me a cup of coffee. How long I gotta fucking wait here? I mean, come on.
Like, I don't want to do them anymore.
Got it.
Tracy Morgan, we get tired of.
Love what you boys. People busy, man. I got childrens. And I'm alive, man. I can work with Alec Baldwin's.
But even the impressions, like, I only do the people I really like. I don't sit there and study people. I only imitate everything I'm really into and I like.
Got
it. I don't know.
Question from Patrick S. Patrick asks, has Tracy Morgan gotten in touch with you since you put it out there that he was kind of an ass to you?
He wasn't an ass to me. He just blew my show off 3 or 4 times in a row.
Right.
And knowing him for as long as I did, I would have expected either a personal, hey, sorry I couldn't make it, but to like book himself on the show, me go, all right, this is 20 minutes to fill, this is 40 minutes to fill, and then just not show up. It was fine. First time. Second time was weird. Like, why go to the point of saying, I'm coming on? If you don't want to come on, just don't come on.
Right.
Or deny it. No, I don't want to. So that was the only, but I also know Tracy. That's sort of who he is and what he does. Who knows? He might be in a position where they go, hey, really, why don't you do this? And he'll go, all right. Yes, I'll do it. And then when it comes that moment, he's like, man, I don't want to do this. And then he doesn't do it. So I get that side too, but no, he hasn't reached out.
So have you talked to him since you talked about this experience? You haven't run into him? Or
No.
Okay, think it'll be weird?
But if I did, no, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Me and him would never have weirdness. And that's the thing, like, I don't have any weirdness towards him, but I did want him to know, like, hey, you could have just said, sorry, man, I flaked. I get it. I flaked too. We all flake. Don't book yourself and then just not show up multiple times. That's the weird. That's the only weird.
That's weird. Matt H. asks, are you happy with the way that family life has changed your act on stage?
No. Am I happy?
Yes.
Love it.
Okay.
I don't think I've been better my entire life or better career. I've never been better. Ever. This is the most confident I've been, the hardest I crush, the best material I've ever had, and it's just formulating into all these different avenues. This is the best ever. Thank God I have that family to push out there.
And does it ever cross the line with your family? Or are they ever?
No.
They're cool with whatever you say?
Yeah, they're fine.
That's good. Question from Joseph M. Will there ever be a Half-Baked 2, please, with 100 E's?
That'd have to be a Dave Chappelle. That's his baby. And if there was, I honestly think the only reason to do it would have to be because it makes sense to do it, not just because the fans want it or whatever. And I think as clever as Chappelle is, the best way to do that is when we're older, because then it's ridiculous. Because to this day, there's never been a movie where the older guys are the half-baked guys. So to me, it's funny. When we're all growing up and we have to come out of whatever environment. Like to me, my character, I always thought it'd be hilarious. I grew up, I became a stockbroker or insurance or very successful white-collar guy, and now I'm coming back out of this world for whatever reason. That would be funny.
That would be very
But just
funny.
to do half-baked for the sense of half-baked, that would ruin what half-baked is now.
So maybe someday.
Maybe.
Question from Dave C. Dave asks, tell us something about yourself that people would be surprised to know about you that you have not disclosed to Howard.
Maybe I'm deeper in faith than he realizes. Maybe.
You're a religious guy?
Not religious.
Okay.
I don't. Religious is you go to a Catholic church, a deep spirituality. That keeps away. I believe in a different layer of spirituality than what most people probably think of.
Does your work ever feel like it's in conflict with that to you?
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I turn my back to it and I go, all right, I'll just do this.
Have you ever turned anything down because of your spirituality?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of jobs, plenty of sponsorships, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Question from John K. John asks, are there any impressions you've wanted to do but you just can't seem to nail it?
No.
Nothing. You put your mind to it, you got it.
Yeah, I put my and there's not if I really want to do the guy, I'm gonna get him. If I really want to do them, I'm gonna get it because that's how it works for me. If there's something about, I would love to be able to do Stern.
Do you have you tried before?
Not even close. I never tried it.
This is a great opportunity on Fine Time to
I only do it when it's done. Only do it when it's nailed.
Gotcha. There's none in progress you can show us a sneak peek of it this time.
I never even tried it, so I couldn't even go there.
All right. I'll let you off the hook. I want to thank Jim for taking the time to answer the questions that you, the fans, submitted. Keep sending your questions in. You can tweet them, you can Facebook them, you can even send a video submission and be a part of the show. And remember, this is your show, so don't screw it up. Until next time, I'm Rachel Fine, and I hope you had a fine time. Did you have a fine time today?
I had a fine time, and there's really no better fans in the world.
That's so true.
They come out in huge numbers to see me. Thanks to Howard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You don't even seem to understand the show. You just just ruin everything.
You got to be funny in here.
I can't wait for you guys to see this on Howard TV.
Daily shows, classics, and exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Well, that's going to be on Howard TV.
The funniest, sexiest, most star-studded network on TV is Howard TV On Demand.
I'm Matthew Berry. I'm ESPN Senior Fantasy Analyst. I'm also the author of a new book called Fantasy Life, and I'm here on the show to promote that, to talk about all the crazy stories from the world of fantasy football, including the Stern Show Fantasy League with Gary and John Hine, JD, Scott the Engineer, Will Murray, Jason Kaplan, Steve Brandano. The whole gang is in this fantasy league. So I'm going to talk about that and just all the craziness that happens in that league. So I'm super psyched. I've been a Howard Stern fan for over 20 years. Somewhere in my closet is a VHS copy of Butt Bongo Fiesta. I go that far back.
Wow.
So I'm a massive fan. I'm a huge Stern fan. And so this is like a real bucket list moment. This is like a dream come true to be on the Howard Stern Show.
Now, given your super fan status, you know Howard's not much of an athlete nor a sports fan.
Right.
So you have a difficult challenge of making this relatable for him.
See, I don't think I do, because that's the genius of Howard. It doesn't matter what person walks in that studio. He finds something interesting out of the person. He finds something relatable. So I'm not really worried about that because he's such a master interviewer. But I will say that one of the focuses of the stories and the book is that it's all about people. I wrote it specifically so that if you don't play fantasy football, you still enjoy it.
So there you go.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about it. Hope it goes well. And, listen, I don't think there's anything bad. It's all downhill from here after being on the show with the king of all media.
All right, we'll see you in the studio, Matt.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot.
I can't wait to talk about fantasy football with these guys. I hear horrible stories around our office. This is a guy who's considered the expert on fantasy football, Matthew Berry. And Gary explained to me he's the expert on fantasy football because he's on ESPN or something?
Yeah.
Hey, Matthew, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Good.
So you play fantasy football with these guys on my show?
I do indeed.
King,
it is an honor, by the way, to sit here in front of you.
Yeah, and you also are considered the... Why? Okay, explain to me, first of all, for anybody in the audience who isn't a man like me.
Right.
What is fantasy football?
Fantasy football is a game, okay? So you choose real-life athletes.
Right.
And how well those players do statistically in their real-life NFL games or what have you is how well they do for your team. So if you drafted Tom Brady, right? And Tom Brady throws 3 touchdown passes on Sunday.
You get credit.
You get your team has now 3 touchdowns.
I see.
So if you drafted Tom Brady and I drafted Peyton Manning, for example, right?
Right.
So Peyton Manning throws 2 touchdowns on Sunday and we're playing each other.
Yeah, but
you're beating me 3 touchdowns to 2.
But I don't understand how it works. In other words, if Tom Brady, though, throws the pass and somebody runs for a touchdown, what about if you have the guy what if I have the guy who runs for the touchdown?
You get points for that as well.
Oh, you do?
And if you have both of them, what's that called?
Right. Yeah, it's a double dagger.
The double dagger.
The double dagger.
You get double points. Having the guy that throws and the guy that receives.
So what is the skill here? That I have to put together a team of all the great players? Now, what if one of my players gets injured?
That sucks.
Right,
so
that's it.
Well, no, it's not that it. You go to what's called the waiver wire and you replace the player.
Oh, you can replace someone who's been injured.
You don't draft every player in the NFL. You draft kind of what's basically the stars. So you draft quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends.
Why are you an expert on this? I mean, why are you considered an expert on fantasy football? Do you win in our league all the time?
I actually have never won the league. I've only been in the league 2 years.
Right.
I finished last to John Hine in the very first year. The first year I played,
so why
I
are
lost
you
in
an
the
expert?
finals. Well, I think I'm an expert because I'm on ESPN. I've been playing for almost 30 years, and I've been doing this. I've been doing it professionally since 1999. I actually don't even like the term expert.
Does it require any skill, this game?
Yeah, of course it does.
And you win money? How much money can you? Well, how much money?
Thank you, Robin. Hello, Queen.
Yeah. How much money can you win in our league?
Our league is $100 a guy, and we're thinking about upping that. It's 10 guys, so you win like $600 because you divvy up for second and third.
I see.
But in our league, and what Matthew will explain to you, it's really not about the money.
Right.
It's about bragging rights.
Yeah, you want to win. Like JD won one year. you would have thought that, he banged a supermodel.
And JD
Look at how it changed his life.
Yeah, look how great he's doing. And how much time does the average guy who plays fantasy football put in a week? How much time a week does he need to put in order to be good at this?
He only needs to be good at it. You got to put in a lot. Like we did a study at ESPN, and the average sports fan watches about 6 hours of ESPN a week in terms of whether it's downloading an app or the magazine or ESPN Radio or ESPN.com, one of our many platforms, right? The average fantasy player engages 18 hours a week.
Wow.
3 times as much, almost 1 full day a week. So yeah, the people who play fantasy are really into it.
It's big business, right?
Huge business.
What's the economics of this thing? I don't get it. Who's making money off of it?
Well, ESPN makes money off of it.
Is fantasy football so popular that it affects the actual NFL?
Yes, I believe so.
How so?
I mean, well, in terms of revenue, they've found studies that the NFL started promoting it in 2003 really hard because they found a study similar to that, which was that the average football fan watched about 3 hours of football a week. The average fantasy football player watched 6 hours.
Because they're vested in seeing how their team
does. It gives you a rooting interest in, whatever. Gary's a fan of the Jets, right? We all know this. Gary's a big fan of the Jets. So he might not be...
Gary, you don't take good Jets players on your fantasy team.
No, because they suck.
Because they suck, right.
But what the point is if I have the quarterback from Seattle and I have a running back from San Diego,
then you got to watch
and San Diego is playing Seattle, a game I would never watch, I am now very interested in.
Right.
Yeah. It gives you a rooting interest in stuff that you wouldn't care about. And in fact, if you don't play sports at all, it gives you a reason to watch.
You had a major Hollywood career going. You were a writer.
Yes.
And you'd written some pretty notable things. And you gave up your entire writing career to become a fantasy football guy? That had to be pretty risky.
I think so, but I was miserable, Howard.
You were miserable as a writer?
I was miserable as a writer. So I was 35 years old. I've been playing fantasy sports since I was 14 years old.
Right.
I'm 43, right? So almost 30 years.
There are other fantasy sports?
Robin, there are things, if you can keep score
if
at
there
it...
are bronies, there's got to be fantasy sports for everything.
Exactly. If you can find a way to keep score at it, there is a way to play a fantasy version of it. There's fantasy sumo wrestling, which is huge in Japan.
Do you play that?
I've never played fantasy sumo wrestling.
Right.
But, I do... with a bunch of my Hollywood friends, I do a fantasy summer movie league. We pick movies in the summer, and which movies make the most money is how well our fantasy...
So interesting how America is consumed with how things do as opposed to the actual art.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's really fascinating.
You could do there's Fantasy Bachelor, Howard. You would love that.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Fantasy Bachelor.
Fantasy Bachelor, Fantasy American Idol.
You're shitting me.
Right.
I think Desiree is going to marry. You're kidding me. I could
totally.
I could bet on the Bachelor.
We could do Fantasy America's Got Talent. Absolutely.
Wow.
You'd pick the guys and say you'd pick contestants and see how far they go and when they get eliminated, and you get points for how far they go in
I'd be
the
good at that. I was 4 for 4 last week.
There you go. Exactly. See?
Yeah. I know
You're
what's
already
happening.
playing.
I'm already playing.
In fact, I would even say, Howard, you actually play fantasy sports. You don't realize it. Remember a couple weeks ago when the National Enquirer had the celebrity death pool thing, and you guys were...
By the way, I am going to win that one. Who do I have, Fred? Tell everyone.
I don't know.
You don't know who I have? Gary, go ahead.
Is it Randy Travis?
That's right.
And I've got the Queen.
I bet you Randy Travis dies before the Queen.
Who do I have?
Robin, you had somebody...
I don't even remember.
Well, I had OJ.
Right, so
does Robin have Regis? Do you have Regis?
I don't know.
See, and that's fantasy sports. You guys are all competing. You pick something, right? So
at least I didn't go into a war room for that.
Right, well, true. But you've now got a rooting interest in Randy Travis's health, which you never would have cared about before.
I'm calling the hospital daily.
Robin does have Regis.
Oh, she has Regis?
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody for me to call.
But, so that's fantasy sports. It's the exact same thing.
Yes, but maybe I do like this.
I'm telling you, you would love it because it would get you into sports.
So are you making a living now just strictly off fantasy sports?
I make a nice living, yeah.
You make a good living?
Yeah.
How do you make a good living? ESPN doesn't pay jack shit, do they?
Yeah, they do. I mean,
what do you make over there?
I don't make Howard Stern money, but I do well. I do well.
Are you a millionaire?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Look at this.
You weren't a millionaire when you left writing.
He might have been.
I was close. I was close. But
didn't you write Crocodile Dundee 2?
3.
3.
Yeah, not even the good one. Not even I wrote the third one. Yeah.
Yeah, but the story. Tell that story.
All right. So I was a screenwriter in Hollywood for the longest time.
Right.
And I was just doing fantasy sports stuff on the side.
Right.
So anyway, and I was working with my writing partner, a guy named Eric Abrams, who, by the way, huge Stern fan. He's the guy that turned me on to you like over 20 years ago.
Thank you, Eric.
So, anyway, so we get call. Hey, our agent calls up and says, "Hey, you guys know who Paul Hogan is? Of course. You ever seen Crocodile Dundee? Of course." He's like, "Well, he's a client here at the agency. He wants to do a third installment of the franchise. I'm the agent in charge of putting writers in a room to pitch them ideas. You guys want me to throw you on the list?"
Right.
And we're like, "Yeah, let's meet Paul Hogan. That'll be a funny story."
That'd be
like,
cool, yeah,
whatever. We're not. He's like, "But we've never written a movie before, you know." And he's just like, "You won't get the job. It doesn't matter, but it'll be good practice because we wanted to get into movies." So we go in, we watch the first two, and there's only 2 rules apparently: that it has to take present day, has to take place present day, which means 16 years after the second movie. You know, of course, because everyone's all clamoring for another Croc movie, and then and his real life wife has to be in it, Linda, so she's got to be in it. So whatever. So. Like, we don't spend a very much time because we're not getting this job. So we just go in and we're just like, look, you did New York in the first 2 movies. Why don't you do L.A. in this movie? You've been living with this woman for the whole time. You're not married, but you've got a kid. Because we'd figured, like, at that time, Something About Mary was the big movie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, so, and there was, like, no way that this could be an R-rated comedy that could compete with that. So we're like, the only chance you have is a family to do this for families. So anyway, so we go there and we pitch and we say, so look, just come to L.A. and it's Beverly Hills Croc.
Right.
You're going to walk around L.A. and wacky stuff happens. You get a job at a movie studio because you can talk to animals, whatever stupid thing that is, right?
Yeah.
There's some bad guys there you saved today. Not tough. You know, it's Croc 3. We'll make it funny.
Yeah.
Whatever, that's what we say. And he's just like, you guys are the only ones who get me. You're hired. We're like, really? We're hired on this thing?
Wow.
What? Right?
So you go off and write the script.
Right. So the deal is, so we actually don't want to write them. We're like, are we really going to write Croc 3? And they're like, guess how much they want to pay you.
How much?
We ended up, but because the movie got made and we got credit and residuals, we ended up making close to $1 million on the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I want to say like 850, 900, something like that.
Robin, why don't we write Crocodile Dundee 4?
4?
Yeah, listen to my pitch, okay? We can write this simple. Tornado hits Australia. Crocodile Dundee gets swept up in it. Him and a whole bunch of alligators. Alligators start falling all over people and eating them.
Alligator-nado.
Yeah, the only guy, Crocnado. The only guy who can save the day is Crocodile Dundee. What do you think? By Cracky, you get me.
Right, see? Sold.
Right.
Done.
Wow, I didn't know it was that easy.
Well, we're like, well, listen, this is my advice to the kids out there. If you're going to sell out big, right? So
you bet.
We heard that amount, and we were just like, all right, we're in. Yeah. So the deal was, he was just like, well, he wants to write it with you guys. He wants to, and we're like, oh boy. So, like, we can't imagine spending 3 months in front of a computer screen with Paul, right? And we're like, he doesn't want to do that.
Right.
So we basically say, like, look, let us write the first draft,
right,
and we'll give it to you, and then you'll do it, right?
Yeah.
You know. So, and he's like, great. So we write the first draft, and off of his notes, and whatever we do, we pitch everything to him. How about this or this and whatever. So we go off and we write the first draft. And we give it to him. And the whole plan is that the 3 of us are going to have writing credit, written by the 3 of us.
Right.
Okay. So then he goes and rewrites it. And he rewrites it like this. So pretend we had a scene where we said, like, interior radio studio. Matthew Berry's being interviewed by the king of all media, Howard Stern, about fantasy football. And so then, Howard, hey, Matthew, nice to meet you. Okay. He would rewrite that interior TV studio. Piers Morgan is interviewing Bob Smith about soccer.
Yeah, right.
Hi, Bob. Let's have dinner on Sunday. Like, so there's not one word that's the same, but it's the exact same scene,
Script,
the point of the scene.
Right. Instead of nighttime, it might be daytime.
Right. It's all that sort of stuff.
Right.
Instead of interior restaurant, it's interior bar. Like, it's like, that's what he did. He rewrote the entire script like that.
Right.
It's like a college kid copying his term paper. Right.
Right.
And then what he did was, and we didn't care about that, but then he turned it in and took our names off. He said he wanted sole writing credit.
Wow.
And we're like, and because of the contract and everything like that, we needed to have writing credit on the movie.
Absolutely,
because of residuals and everything like that. I mean, the whole reason we wrote it was for money.
Right.
So now the line's drawn in the sand, so it's us versus him. And I mean, it's like, here's Paul Hogan, every scene of the movie, written based on characters he created, executive produced by him, starring him. He's in every frame of the movie, but he still needs solo writing credit. So
Strange.
Right. So it goes to the Writers Guild, which is a process that anytime there's a dispute over the credits, it goes through the process. They vote for us. They read our draft, his draft, and the final shooting script, and they say, Matthew and Eric get writing credit. Right. So, okay, fine. He appeals it. After the appeal, still same thing. He appeals the appeal. All right. So now he's had 9. It's a 3-person each time, 3-person panel. So he's now lost 9-0. Right. Right. 3 different times he's lost. You'd think he'd drop it, but no. He goes on all the media, including the show. I was so horrible. I was listening to KLSX in L.A. Right. I'm listening to you, and the first time you've ever heard of my existence, he's on here promoting the movie, and he's trashing us. He's just like, I'm going to sue the Writers Guild.
Where is that? I want to hear that.
I think it's, they told you, I think it might be on Gary page 2, guys.
Let me see. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
I was horrified.
I don't even remember him doing this show.
Yeah, me neither.
Right.
I kind of remember him doing the show. It was so long ago. You wrote this one yourself?
No, I'm not credited with writing it, but I did, yeah.
You did? You wrote it?
Yeah.
You gave
Why are you
somebody
not
else the
credited?
credit?
I wrote the screenplay. The WGA wouldn't let me have a credit because I'm the producer.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't make
So who's
sense.
credited as a writer?
Uh,
That doesn't make sense. It's true. It doesn't make sense.
Well, the reason is the reason that rule is that if you are a producer on the movie, so that you can't just force your name on the movie, you have to prove that you have written it. So there's a standard. I believe it's 50%. 50% of the screenplay has to be new.
Well, let me just,
if you're a producer.
There's 12 seconds left on this clip. Let me just see if there's anything else interesting.
The 2 guys that wrote the plot with me.
I see.
Yeah, but it's not their fault. It's the WGA.
Never heard of them before.
They're about to go on strike, and I'm a dirty foreigner and a producer.
Do you own this film as well?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
So there you go.
And you were sitting and listening to that going, oh, shit.
Right. I mean, first up, we're not like super proud of having written Croc 3, you know, but now we're in this very public thing.
Did the movie do well at all? I mean,
it made money.
It made money.
It made money. It didn't do as well as the first 2 movies, but it definitely made money. And yeah, we made.
I love
money.
Crocodile Dundee. I do. I love that whole thing. Yeah.
So of course, they get treated like shit. They're not allowed to walk the red carpet, and they're supposed to have.
Oh, you went to the premiere and they treated you like shit.
Oh, totally. Because so not only we're supposed. Well, like we had the last 2 seats in the theater, like in the very corner, like all the cast and crew is there. Our names are only in the one place Paramount was contractually obligated to put it there. Yeah, I mean, and like, normally like you go to a premiere, like all the stars get tables. Like we didn't even get chairs. We got like one of those stand-up tables, like way in the corner.
You wouldn't give up your writing credit. What's wrong with you?
Apparently not.
Yeah. So you had a pretty good career going as a writer before you got into this fantasy football stuff. Did you work on Married with Children too?
I did.
Gary told me that.
Yes,
what did you do for them?
that was before the movies. I was a story editor. I worked on the last episode, last year of the show. Yeah. So I co-wrote the 250th episode on the answer to a trivia question.
And so this guy was doing really well, and you just gave it all up for. Do you ever have any temptation to go back to writing?
Not at all.
Yeah.
I was 35 years old, and I was totally miserable. I'd been in therapy, and I was.
People would think that's really cool though, to be a writer and to work on all those shows.
Well, I know, and that was what was screwing me up. Was like I'd had this success, like I had this job that everyone.
What was your big story on Married with Children? That Ed O'Neill was cheap?
Yeah.
What did he do? What did he buy everybody for a gift?
So basically, he was totally cheap. Like, so you remember, like at that time, this is 1995, and everything, economy's doing real well, right?
Right, yeah.
So we'd heard like on other shows, like Seinfeld had bought like his entire staff for Christmas, like the camera guys and the crew guys, like he'd bought them all like really nice Schwinn bikes, like $250 bikes, and Drew Carey had like bought like VCRs for everyone, like So here we are. We're in the 12th year of the show, and the guys that created Married with Children, Moy and Levitt, were really generous. So guys that had been on the show from year 1 had been there for 12 years.
Right.
So here, the entire cast gets together and they give as a Christmas gift in year 12. A beach towel, a Married with Children beach towel, like and not even like a nice big thick beach towel, but like
you don't appreciate that,
right? Like some like sort of super thin.
Here's a nice beach towel,
right?
Wow.
Like a $12 beach towel, and it wasn't even like on Seinfeld. Like I think like Jerry gave a gift, and then like the other 3 like
but like when you go to the beach, you're really dry, right? Because you have a towel.
Yeah, it's absorbent. It's a Married with Children beach towel. Like and then there was another one where I wasn't here for this, but it was passed down by a number of people. So like after like the season 8 or something like that, Ed, who played Al Bundy, Ed says to the entire casting, to all the camera guys, "Hey guys, good season, nice work, let's go to lunch."
Right.
You know, like on the last day. So they go out to lunch and whatever. So all the grips and key grips and everything are out there. And so the waitress brings the check to Ed. And he picks it up and he's just like, "All right, who had the tuna fish?"
No.
I swear to God. He made them all go Dutch. No, it's like a $200 check. He invited him.
That's great.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder you wanted to go into fantasy football.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so explain something to me. You
Yes,
get out
sir.
of fantasy football, you get a job. And how do you get a job with ESPN being a fantasy football expert?
Well, basically, how the version is that in 1999 there was a website that was advertising for writers, right?
Yeah.
And I basically wrote and I said, like, look, hey, I'm a professional writer living out here in Hollywood, but fantasy sports is my life. I love it.
Wow.
Can I try out? Can I do something on the side for free? They wrote me back and they said, we looked you up on IMDb. Married with Children is our favorite show of all time.
Right.
You're hired.
Wow.
So that was in 1999. I worked on that site for about 4.5 years. I developed a big enough following that I decided to start my own website called TalentedMrRoto.com, which was my dumb little nickname.
Talented Mr. Roto?
Yes.
What is that?
I know.
TalentedMrRoto.com.
Right. Well, so fantasy baseball used to be called Rotisserie League Baseball. That's what it used to be called. So Roto for short. And what do you do on the website? You make recommendations and picks and stuff. So you're kind of like a handicapper for football. Yeah. I give advice, but
how can you give advice if you don't win regularly in fantasy football?
I do win regularly. I do win. But
Gary, is he considered a great? Now,
first of all, he's in our league. How many leagues are you in?
I'm like in 10 leagues.
Right. Who put you in our league? How long ago did you join our league?
Can I tell you how we got in our league?
Yeah.
We decided when we started the league we were going to put one celebrity in the league.
Okay.
So our original celebrity was Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah. Now all the guys hated Jerry in the league.
We love
right?
Jerry.
You do.
We hate him in the league.
Yeah. Why do you hate him?
There were two things that were going on. The first is in the draft, which he would do via phone, he would only draft New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys.
But why does that annoy you?
Because it's not taking it seriously.
I see.
It's not taking it seriously.
That's not how you win.
But the other thing is, after Monday Night Football's over, 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning is when the wire opens, and so everybody puts their trades in. You can't, there's an order to go, and you can't. One trade can't be made till another one is made. There's a hierarchy.
You all rely on him.
And Jerry we couldn't find him for like 2 days.
So he didn't.
So we threw him out of the league.
You threw him out. Who threw him out?
Jason had to call him.
Right.
Jason, come here. So you need it. Why did you want a celebrity to make it more fun?
We just thought it'd be fun to have one.
Right. Jason, what happened? Why did you get selected to call Jerry O'Connell and throw him out of our fantasy football league?
Because I'm the asshole, and that's my role.
And
how
Will
did that
didn't want to do it, right?
Oh, Will totally didn't want to do it.
How does that go? I mean, what do? You just,
you know what? It wasn't horrible. I don't remember exactly because you just haven't seen that into it, and you haven't been available.
And did he put up a fuss or
no?
He understood.
Like I said, I think he kind of
So he wasn't that upset.
But to go back to how annoying he is, because I explained this to you the other day, and you seem to get
annoying?
it. Jerry. It's like when you're playing blackjack and someone doesn't play by the rules.
Right.
It's
I hate that.
Yeah, and so by him doing shitty drafts, it screws up everybody's,
Right, so he's out.
Future picks. So he's out and Berry's in.
But how do you decide that Matthew Berry's going to be in?
I have a pretty good personal relationship with Matthew, and I knew he's a fan of the show, and I knew he wanted in, so he was my first, I'm like, hey, let's put Matthew in.
Why does Will hate Matthew? I hear all this stuff.
Will's got a whole thing in his head that Matthew is a bully, and that
which is insane.
He hates that Matthew calls himself a fantasy expert, and who the fuck is he to be a fantasy expert? And he just gets under Will's skin so easily.
Will, why are you disturbed by Matthew? He seems to take the league seriously. I mean, this is what you're looking for.
Right.
Why does he get under your skin?
First of all, is this thing on?
See, this is what's great about this. It's all male camaraderie, right?
It is.
And wives never understand this shit, like why everybody's all worked up.
Although wives are now getting more into it. I like in the book. There's like a ton of stories of husbands and wives playing together.
Oh, you wrote a book? Is that why you're here?
Yes.
I didn't even know why the fuck you wrote that.
What's the book called?
What's the book? Let's plug that.
Thanks, guys. It's right here.
What is that?
It's called Fantasy Life.
Matthew Berry. It's all about your life with fantasy football.
It's a bunch of
Do you talk about these guys because you're in a league with them?
I am in a league in this. I talk about these guys. I talk about you. I talk about the influence you had on my career.
Influence on fantasy football?
Yes.
How did I influence you rather briefly?
Well, just because what I loved about you, there's so many things, but I love the fact that you basically said, like, I don't care how everyone else does morning DJ. Like, people forget that you were a morning DJ, like traffic and news, and you basically said, I'm going to do it my way.
That's right.
Right, and so you didn't follow the rules, and you obviously became who you are. And so I love the fact that you would talk for 17 minutes about what you had for breakfast. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I basically, in my columns, I made it about myself. I basically ripped you off. I made it.
I influenced you.
Totally, completely influenced. And I've talked about it throughout my career
and
in the
you're
book.
successful. Look at that.
No, it absolutely works.
All right, well, good. Thank you for saying that. Now, what's your problem? This guy seems like a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
He is.
First of all, Jason has a big fat hard-on for Barry. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, he licks his ass.
Oh, really?
No, I like Matt Berry. I don't know what to tell you. I like him as a person. I like him as a fantasy guy.
Right. Jason's like one of those women that knew nothing about fantasy sports, and then he started following Barry, and that's his messiah. He listens to everything that Barry says now.
Right.
Have you ever won the league?
I have won the league.
Oh, look at you.
Now ask Will how many times he's won the league.
Has Will
How many times
won?
have you won?
There's a lot of luck involved in fantasy. Okay,
Have you
there
won?
is.
But, Will, the way you're talking sounds like you want Jerry O'Connell back in the league.
No, Barry's all right. He's just a pain in the ass.
Right. So he irks
Why
you.
is he a pain in the ass?
Because he comes in, he's new to the league, and he immediately wants to make league changes. And
What kind of changes?
There was something that
lots of rules bothered him because they affected him personally.
Right. What were the rules?
I don't know what happened last year, but there was a rule discussion, right?
There's waiver issues.
And I know that Will was pulling his hair out of his head.
Right.
And it's the reason why Will has been our commissioner. He has stepped down as commissioner.
I don't want to do it anymore because I have a job to do.
Right, so he's a commissioner.
What is your problem with the league?
Well, there's no problem with the league. The rule was very confusing.
It wasn't that confusing until it affected you personally.
I didn't understand.
What is the rule?
Howard, I've been playing for 30 years. I do this professionally, right? So I'm like, I play in a ton of different leagues. And so I say, look, I don't totally understand this. And I say, does anyone else understand this? And Jason's like, I don't understand it.
His little lapdog didn't understand either.
Right. So then JD texts me, and JD's like, yeah, I don't understand it either. I don't want to get into this publicly. And then John Hine, emails the league.
That's full of shit. John Hine did not say anything.
John Hine emails the league and says, well, here's how I understand the league. So he explains the rule. And then he says, is that right, Will? So even John Hine doesn't understand the rule.
Is anybody doing actual work around here?
Exactly.
That's what I'm getting nervous
about.
That's
a lot
of time.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work going on into this fantasy.
Too much work. That's why I went out. I said I got to concentrate on the show.
Now?
Fat boy over there.
No, I'm temporary. I am just taking the lead for a couple months.
And was this ruling changed based on what Matt Berry had to say?
Well, we had already started the league. This was the whole thing. Once the season starts, you can't just change the rules in the middle of it.
I just asked for
that's why all this trouble was. And Matt, I come home. I know Will's getting into arguments with him on the phone. Then I come home and Matt is texting me.
Who is the biggest nut case in this league? Is it JD?
David Height.
David Height?
It's David Height.
Oh, really?
Okay, first of all, he shows up with a binder that looks like he's doing his thesis at Columbia University.
Yeah, it was organized.
Very organized, but several binders and everything like that. And I'm going to preface this. I get along great with David. I like David a lot, except when we play fantasy football.
Right.
Then he annoys the living shit out of me.
Why? Because he has a binder?
Well, no, because one of the great things about playing fantasy is everybody breaks everybody's balls.
Right.
But it's very good-natured. You know, so like I might get up and I might make a pick, and Will take a crack at me, but there's a joke in there.
Right.
Whereas David, he would question you. Gary, why are you doing that? That's really bad.
Why would he question you? I mean,
because that's what what people do. Like, there's always the expert in the league. That's the guy who knows better than everybody else.
Right. And why is it so important to JD to win? What is
he did win once. He did win once. He beat me actually the first year I played.
Doesn't he put an unusual amount of hours into this thing?
First of all, he plays every fantasy sport. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he did fantasy sumo wrestling. Like, Matt, he plays it, not just the football. And yes, it
How
means.
does he have time for that?
I don't know, but Howard, here's what's amazing.
What else is he doing?
Even more, but working for me 24 hours a day. What fantasy beside football are you involved in, honestly?
Well, I'm in about four fantasy baseball leagues.
Are you a fan of Matt Berry's, or are you not? You like him? He doesn't irritate you?
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Is David Height irritating to you, too?
Well, when you see someone with a big binder, it's a little annoying.
Is David Height in danger of becoming another Jerry O'Connell and getting thrown out? No, he takes it seriously?
Well, okay, so let me tell you something. So, Jimmy Kimmel's got a league, right? We had heard through the grapevine that Cousin Sal came up with this great idea. The winner of the league on any given year could throw anybody out the next year.
Oh, wow.
I thought this was a great idea. And in fact, there's a story.
Yeah.
Tell the story about it.
There's a story that's in the book about 1 year, John Hamm of Mad Men, he's in the league as well, right? And so taping's running long, and they're blowing up his phone. Where are you? Where are you? He's like, I'm coming. Like, let's go. He gets through traffic. I'm like, dude, where are you? So he gets there. He's out of breath. His hair's all messed up. He's clearly made unbelievable efforts to get there. And they're like, you're voted out of the league.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, cousin Sal, he can really be mean.
Yeah, exactly. Sal's great.
What goes on in fantasy football? There's some fantasy football leagues that are so crazy that the guy who wins can force one of the other guys to get a shitty tattoo.
Yeah, that's what the book is. The book is like lots of the great stories. So there's a league in Omaha, Nebraska. You can, if you go to YouTube and you look for Tattoo League, you'll see it, right? Yeah, the loser of the league has to get a tattoo chosen by the winner.
So literally, if I win, I could say to a guy, I want you to tattoo your head with a cock on it and cock and balls?
Yeah, their rule is that it can't be on the face and it can't be like racist or offensive, but like embarrassing. So the guy that lost last year has a tattoo of Justin Bieber's face.
And it says fantasy loser.
It's fantasy loser.
Oh, that's fantastic.
# YOLO swag. Like, he's a 25-year-old dude. He's going to be 50 and he's got Justin Bieber's face on his leg, you know? Like, it's about that big.
I mean, that is fantastic.
Right. So we talked about...
That would be a great league. Like, a guy has to put his wife up. In other words, the winner the winner gets to pick whatever wife he wants to bang.
So I brought the punishment idea. I brought the punishment idea a couple of years ago, and I said, that's a funny idea. So I had the votes, right? And then I think I will wavered a little bit. A couple of guys thought it was too cruel, but JD is very against the punishment. He's finished last 3 years in a row.
He's last place 3 years in a row. Howard, it's actually harder to finish last 3 years in a row than it is to win the league.
JD, why are you so bad at it?
I don't. You know what?
And you put the most time in.
I draft stupidly. I pick people that I think are going to come back, and they don't do shit.
Yeah.
I put in. I vote players, or I pick players too high. I'm just a mess.
So the draft day is the best day for fantasy footballs. When you get together, you put your team together, the whole season's ahead of you.
Wow.
Usually you leave feeling pretty good.
Right.
He is miserable after a draft. I mean, just
Why are you
miserable.
I don't understand.
Because the first two picks are pretty basic. You know, it's like, all right. But then, it's just, I don't know. I just fuck off.
Why you're not getting any enjoyment out of this? Why are you torturing yourself?
Because I want to do well. I want to, succeed at something in life.
He does one of those things, by the way. He's a huge Bengals fan. He's from Cincinnati.
Right.
And he tends to draft a lot of Bengals who don't perform because he likes to watch their team.
No, hold on. I don't draft, Bengals that don't perform unless they're lower.
Howard, you know what he does?
What does he do wrong?
I'll tell you. He overthinks it. I think it's the same thing with women. I think he just overthinks it too much, and he just gets in his own way.
Wow. Is that the trick to fantasy football? Don't overthink it?
Yeah. And in some ways, you just kind of like, let it come to you. Yeah,
is there one secret you could give everyone on how to win fantasy football?
Patience. Be patient. People tend to panic and they'll bail on a player like early on, after 1 week and they don't do it. Generally speaking, players will do what they're supposed to do. You have to have patience.
Go with your gut, and your initial feeling was this guy's going to do well. The first game of the season, don't panic.
Right. Yeah. Like that's a
Does
basic.
JD panic? Is that his problem?
He does. He does. He overthinks everything.
He'll come into the draft with like a rule. For example, there's no way I'm drafting Dustin Keller this year. Like that'll be his rule, and then he'll break it like 10 minutes into the draft.
I stupidly drafted D'Angelo Williams a year after he shit the bed, and he shit the bed again.
Right.
I'm a fucking mess.
You know why Jerry O'Connell probably didn't take it seriously? He married Rebecca Romaine.
Right.
I mean,
he's married to a supermodel.
Yeah, right. He doesn't have time to sit there and be doing a draft.
That could be true, or I think we were the 12th week he was in, so the opposite of that might also be true.
He is too much.
Yeah, he got all bitter. I think.
Yes, Chad. Chad, you're on the air in Asheville.
This is a ridiculous conversation.
Why is that?
Well, hey, this guy is supposedly an expert on fantasy football. He wrote a whole fucking book about fantasy football.
Yes.
His advice is don't overthink it. Any thought about fantasy football is overthinking it. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think the book is more about people's experiences with fantasy football. It's anecdotes, this kind of thing, isn't that?
The only thing more boring than fantasy football is listening to a bunch of fat losers who can't play any sport talk about their fantasy football.
Isn't it true that 91% of the people who play fantasy football are white males?
Not that much, but yeah, it's pretty male.
It's pretty male and pretty white, right?
Fairly white.
Is that because black people are busy playing football and white guys are busy watching?
Yeah, white guys can't play, so they're just having fantasy.
We haven't really done that study. We got to figure that out. Dial down on that.
Very few black fantasy football leagues. Is that true?
Yeah. No, that's not true.
But no,
can I just talk about one more controversy that's going on in the league this year? Because we might as well have it out right now.
Go ahead.
So we're a 10-person league. That's a pretty good size. That's your regular size.
Okay.
So there's been talk about expanding to a 12-person league.
Right.
Mostly because JD has enlisted a porn star that he's madly in love with to play, but she doesn't really know how to play. But he told me yesterday she's been studying.
She's studying.
But it's not. I don't want to bring someone who's
You're going to bring a girl in just because you're trying to fuck her?
I'd rather no. Well, not. I don't think I'd fuck her, but
chances are these other guys will fuck
listen,
her.
I'd rather look at her than David Height on draft day. All right.
So, you know what?
Sorry,
but you want people to take it seriously.
Yeah, I know. You know that too.
Bring her in to put the stickers on the board. Then, if you want to look at her on draft day, we can get models to come in and do it.
It was just an idea, guys.
He wants an excuse.
It's not just an idea because he's already spoken to her and he's got her working on studying to be in the league.
No, she was doing that before. It's just like, Gary, just leave me alone, will you?
But I'm almost.
You know what's going to have Jerry O'Connell end up fucking her, and he's not even in the league.
Listen, we'll stay 10 teams. I don't care.
Right.
It's fine. I'll finally lose again.
All right, exactly.
And there will not be a punishment.
You realize you might lose to a porn star then, right? Do you understand? Can you imagine? Someone who doesn't know what she's doing at all, and JD still finishes last?
Well, it'll be just my fucking luck.
JD, you got a bad attitude.
And that's what his downfall is. He's having a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Are we not, Robin, seeing the fun of fantasy football right now with these guys acting like idiot 2-year-olds?
It's the genesis of why JD and Jared stopped talking to each other.
Oh, is that?
It was over a kicker.
Oh, you guys were fighting over it?
No, listen, he accused me of the kicker was a whole other thing or something.
He accused you of what?
I picked up someone off a waiver wire, and he started accusing me of how I'm not doing work. I'm worried about fantasy football.
Right.
And then then I got pissed off because I don't like my work ethic questioned, and that's how that started.
Oh, that's how it started.
Yeah.
But still, the JD Jared fight on the Stern Show started because of fantasy football.
Fantasy football, yeah. Well, it's a fascinating topic, isn't it? It really is. What?
There's one other thing that Jason just brought up. When we do, the draft is the most fun day of the year. There's a lot of hope, and everybody brings.
By the way, you're all fired if you show up at that draft.
Everybody brings their best ball breaking and all that stuff. Yeah. But there's one guy that does suck the life out of the room, and that's Scott Sale.
Scott's involved in the league.
He's funny because here's what he does. He gets up. His papers are all over the place. He's shuffling through papers, and he gets up and he slowly walks to the board and cracks a joke that nobody laughs at.
Right.
And then he picks a guy who broke his leg 2 days ago.
And players always get injured or don't succeed like they should.
So he's shitty at that.
Right.
Well, he puts the black cloud curse on them.
Yeah, he drafted Matthew Stafford last year, who had come off an amazing season, and then last year, of course, just had a terrible season.
So you're saying when Scott drafts somebody
right.
they actually do
Correct.
They have
that
a bad.
That's not true. That's not true.
You did draft Matthew Stafford last year,
well,
right?
He had a bad year, but the other guys I drafted had good years. I mean, listen, I've never come in last. I finished in the top 6 and made the playoffs every year. Okay. I think I missed one. I came in second one year. I'm doing pretty good. It's not like I mean, JD can't find his way out of a paper bag.
That's the great thing about it, Howard.
So in other words, you've beaten JD.
Yeah, but I don't do that much work for it, though. I come in with a bunch of papers and I just start picking. That's why I pick injured players because I got to work here.
Right.
I don't
busy work.
I don't waste.
That's the worst thing ever. Not true.
Why don't you ask Scott how much work he puts into his fantasy baseball league? You think he was a real commissioner of the MLB?
Well, it's all rather depressing to me. I mean, guys, stop wasting your time with this shit and get back to work. The book is called, all right? Now, why do all you guys think that Matthew Berry's wife is too hot for him?
So she's a 10.
She's really pretty.
She's a 10?
Yeah, she's really pretty.
Matthew, how'd you get this stunning-looking woman?
I met her.
You met her?
I met her.
She was impressed with your fantasy football?
No, she doesn't. No, she was not. She was not impressed. You should ask her.
Your wife is here with you?
Yes, she is.
Let me take a look at her to see if she's too hot for you. I'll pass judgment
she is,
on the
by the way.
If she's too hot, is there a punishment?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to divorce. Will you be willing to put her up for the league? So the guys. Oh, whoa. Holy mackerel. That's your wife?
This is my wife.
Oh, for
This is my
God's
wife,
sake. She
yeah.
is too hot. You're way too hot for him. What? Don't you think you're too hot for him?
No.
You don't?
There you go, honey. Thank you.
Do you like the fantasy football thing?
No.
You do not. It bothers you as a wife. And you don't understand it.
I don't understand it. It takes up a lot of time. He's obsessed.
But it's paying the bills.
It's paying the bills.
Yeah,
and he's
come
happier.
on.
And he's happier.
I'm very
much
happier.
And the season is 18 weeks, so mentally I'm prepared that once football season starts, there's an end. There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Let me ask you a question, and everybody wants to know this. It's probably on everyone's mind right now. Would you rather be with Jerry O'Connell for a husband, or Matthew as your husband?
I don't know who Jerry is.
You don't know who Jerry is? Oh my goodness, that's an insult. Trust me, you'd rather be with Jerry.
You know, but we did. She played fantasy last year. We did a league with our kids and like their friends and their parents and everything like that.
You love it. It's your life.
Absolutely, I love it. You would love it, Howard.
The
and
book
if you
is
can't
called.
beat him, join him.
Right.
So I did try it.
How'd you do? Did you win?
I was in the middle. I'm competitive, so I started getting like upset.
You started watching the players and studying and all of that.
I wanted to win.
It's only got to be good for the NFL. It gets more people interested in football.
The people that play fantasy watch more NFL games, buy more jerseys, more tickets, like that. I mean, it's a $1 billion industry.
Oh, they're
Howard.
just really stupid, is what you're saying.
Howard, here's the weird part. The players, a lot of NFL players play, and then they tweet about other players who had a shitty day.
Oh, wow.
Like another running back will say, "Hey, man, you fucked up my league this week."
Oh, that's interesting.
Just to give you an idea, Howard, 13% of all Americans played fantasy sports last year. To give you a comparison, 8% of all Americans played golf.
Yes. Now, how much is the most expensive league you're in?
The most expensive league I'm in, I got invited this year to a $10,000 team league. I've heard of a Wall Street league where it's $100,000 to get in.
A buy-in.
A buy-in of $100,000.
So the winner could win $1 million.
Correct.
Oh, my God. How much can you win in the $10,000 league?
Well, there's 12 teams, so 120.
120?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, yeah. So, but
that one you must be taking very seriously.
Yes, but the truth is...
But do you play different players in different leagues? You have to, because sometimes other people get your favorite player.
And the truth is, Howard, I don't play for money. Like, I don't... Like, ESPN pays my salary. I'm thrilled with that. Like, I play because it's fun. Like, I'm... Like as we're talking with the Stern Show
If there was no money involved, would you still play?
Absolutely.
You would?
Absolutely, because it's about the pride and the trash talk, and it's about getting guys tattoos. Like, there's a story in the book about there's a league in the Bronx where they make the loser dress up as a lion,
right?
And they all chase him with paintball guns.
Oh, geez.
Right. I mean, so it's leagues like that.
Are there any penalties in any of the leagues that you're in presently?
No. But I'm trying to get the guys in here to do one because I think that would be funny.
Yeah.
And do it on the air or whatever. Like, JD's the only one that doesn't want to do it
because he comes in last.
Right. Exactly. Right. But we should outvote him. We should outvote him 9-1.
Well, I got to tell you, I had no idea any of this was going on. I'll be honest with you.
Right.
When Gary suggested you come in here and explain it to me, I said, and he started to tell me what was going on, I got very upset. I didn't like it.
Well, they don't do it during the show, Howard. And I would love it. It would be my dream if you would try this. If you and Beth played together, like I know Beth.
I'm not playing, and it drives me crazy that a lot of the guys who play fantasy football around here, were not the same guys who stayed home during the hurricane. So there you go. All right, listen. Matthew Berry's book is Fantasy Life. It's in stores now. You can get it if you want to read about. It sounds like a fascinating book.
It's a bestseller. It made the bestseller list.
Personally,
Howard.
I'd rather see a
well.
picture of your wife in a bikini, but that's my. You wear bikinis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever photograph yourself and put it up on Twitter?
Sometimes.
Sometimes you do.
No.
Well, I'll follow you. What is your
on Facebook?
On Facebook? I'll friend you. What is your handle?
Beth Berry.
Beth Berry? All right, I'll friend you immediately. For more info, including tour dates, go to fantasylifethebook.com. What do you mean tour dates?
Well, like I'm doing book signings, and then I do like some fantasy football, advice, people like who to draft and that kind of stuff. So.
Do a lot of fans turn? Do you have a lot of fans that are into this thing?
Yeah,
they'll come out.
I do.
Have you ever? Your wife now? Have you ever sexted Anthony Weiner?
Twice.
Twice. All right. And play fantasy football for free at ESPN.com. Right.
Yes.
That's your employer.
Yes, it is.
And follow Matthew on Twitter at Matthew Berry TMR. What's TMR stand for?
Talented Mr. Roto. It's my little nickname. It's my goofy little nickname, Howard.
That's weird. That's a weird nickname.
Is he sexting anybody?
Oh, yes. Yes, he's sexting several of the NFL players.
Right, and Jason Kaplan.
Matthew, a pleasure to meet you. And,
Howard, this is such a thrill. Like, you have no idea what a big fan I am of you.
Thrilled to meet you. Thrilled for you in your fantasy football life. You got out of riding. You're doing what you love, so I'm happy for you. Happy for you, too, and we'll be back.
Was she married to him when he was a writer?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you married the fantasy football Matthew.
I married fantasy football
Yeah.
Matthew. We met in Connecticut. He had already moved up from L.A. to Connecticut.
And when you heard that he played fantasy football, did you say, I'm heading for the hills? I'm getting out of this right away?
To be honest with you, I didn't even know what it was. And I thought he did a lot of digital work at ESPN. I think it was our third date I realized that.
Yeah, usually.
Website and
Usually a girl goes, I play fantasy football for a living. And, they go, oh, this guy, I got to get
right.
But you know what? Howard, that used to be the perception, but it's not true anymore. Jay-Z plays fantasy football. Ashton Kutcher plays fantasy football.
A girl might not understand.
Right, I understand. But there's
Isn't it great you have an unconventional living that you make?
I'm unbelievably blessed. It's amazing. I was 35 and depressed. I had these websites. I was making a good living in Hollywood. I was in therapy, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to chase happiness. I don't care about money. I gave up show business and just...
That's a very good lesson in life. Chase happiness.
I just chased happiness, and everything else ended up following. I just said, I've got these little websites. It's the only things I care about, and I'm going to just try to make a living at this. I don't know if I can, but this is the only thing that makes me happy.
Hey, good for you. Good advice. All right, listen, get the book, Matthew Berry's book, Fantasy Life, in stores now. We'll be back right after these words. Thanks, Matthew.
So, Matthew, you appeared to have piqued Howard's interest in fantasy sports, or at least in fantasy football.
Yeah.
So mission accomplished.
I think so. Look, I think there are a lot of people that thought Howard Stern would never utter the words fantasy football. So the fact that we did a whole segment on fantasy and that he was sort of interested, I think, that was great.
Will Murray, venting some of his frustration with you. Did you have any idea that this was coming down the pike?
Well, I knew Will was going to get angry at me because, that's what Will does. Will gets angry. Yes, he's wrong, you know what I mean? All I did was basically say, hey, can you explain this rule to me? And he got all bent out of shape.
You questioned his leadership, but in a valid way from your perspective.
From my perspective, yeah. I didn't understand the rule. And then there were other people in the league who were like, I don't understand the rule either. I don't understand the rule either. No one understood the rule except for Will. So, I don't know. We eventually changed the rule, and everything's happy now. So
that sort of speaks to the fact that you were right.
I think so. I think it does. We changed the rule, and now everyone understands it. So
this rule aside, what are some of your criticisms of Will Murray as commissioner, being a guy who's been in so many leagues and understands the world?
That's my only criticism, because I think Will did a real good job, as commissioner. So I think he was organized and did a good job, was fair. Just got a little crazy.
And as long as I have you here right now, what's your feelings on Ray Rice? Because I want to pick your brain.
I like Ray Rice's here. I have him as a top 5 guy. I think the concerns of Bernard Pierce are overdrawn or overstated. Okay. You know what I mean? And you look at his usage once Jim Caldwell took over calling the plays. It's fine. In addition to that, losing Dennis Pitta, they're going to have to do something more in terms of sort of the middle of the field. And Rice is such a good pass catcher. I think Rice top 5 back, no question.
So you don't think losing Bolden in the passing attack, the Super Bowl, hangover, none of that?
No.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No worries.
All right. Good luck with your new book, Matt.
Thank you, man.
Yes. You finally got a chance to out Matthew Berry as the know-it-all that you found him to be over the past couple of seasons. Mm-hmm. Conversely, do you see anything valuable about his advice and his columns, or is this guy all smoke and mirrors?
No, I mean, listen, he's a good writer. There's no doubt that he's a good writer, and I think that's what separated him from other fantasy experts. But at the end of the day, what makes him a fantasy expert more than you and I? We watch the games. We know that, there's a certain criteria, recipe to this. Somebody has a good offensive line, and they're going to have a good running back usually, and there's no kind of consequences to what he says. He can give any advice. I think last year he said Michael Vick should be the #1 pick in every draft. Michael Vick was awful last year, right?
Right.
So, okay, who cares about that? He can just say whatever he wants. I can give advice to anybody. It doesn't matter if it's shitty or not. I mean, it's based on an event that hasn't happened yet. But to go out there and say that, I have all the answers, and then there's no kind of, like I said, consequence to being wrong. It's just he comes back on ESPN the next week. It's fine. But again, that's aside the point. I just felt like he came in the league. He was a bit of a bully. He was upset about some of the way the waiver worked, so he wanted to blow the entire thing up and start again. And I just didn't have time for that. I'm busy with work. I got kids at home, the whole thing. So someone else can deal with it. I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Who is that someone else going to be?
Jason.
So Jason's going to take
Hippo
over.
boy over there.
Tell anyone for a long time.
The talented Mr. Hippo?
The talented Mr. Hippo. The untalented Hippo.
First of all, I don't want to brag, but I did play. I was on my high school freshman football team. So of all the guys in the league, it's a good possibility I might have the most actual hands-on football experience.
Wow, I did not.
I mean, I don't know what JD's high school football experience was.
I think getting beat up by the football team.
Not sure what Wills was. I don't think he played fan. I think he was too busy dying of cancer in a hospital somewhere.
He has male cheerleader written all over.
Yeah, totally. Steve.
Perfect build for it.
You played in high school?
Freshman football, starting wide receiver.
All right. Well, there you go. So Steve gets it. Steve knows. He's been through Hell Week. He understands. Yeah, you know.
When discussing this controversial league over the last few years, there's been, lots of fights.
You want to see me get in a 3-point stance? I'll get in a 3-point stance.
Yes,
all
I do.
All right. This is what everybody wants.
Get out of a 3-point stance.
Well, I didn't say that. We're gonna cut, and it's gonna be a dissolve of me going sit on. That's how I get so this. Feet a push, shoulder length apart, knees. Right. So watch me back off. I'll break out the ball.
Ready? On one. Down two.
Okay. Oh yeah, what was I gonna say about that? I didn't catch when I touched the ground over there.
Oh, my bad.
I was doing the sprints. Anyway,
I was trying to get the reaction.
Anyway, yes. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Trying to call your reaction.
So this league has been the source of lots of stress and great stories over the years. Do you think having Matthew here, introducing him to Howard, sort of getting it all out on the table will be almost cathartic for this league, will help you move forward?
No, it'll make it worse because now everybody knows what we've been arguing about behind closed doors. I think it's going to make everyone more hyper aware of what we're doing. But that's, to me, I mean, as a ball buster, that's what fantasy football is for me. I love draft day, love busting balls. I love busting balls. I'm sorry, I'm still out of breath from that one. You know,
if you want to take a knee for the rest of this interview, that's totally
It was 1997 the last time I played football. Take a knee.
Make a part 2.
Yep. Wow, that's awesome.
Go to sleep.
I'm asleep.
He's already sleeping. My precious.
Police.
Guys, I love Forrest Frank. I just thought I would throw that out there.
He's got some talent for show.
Love him. Oh Lord, I need you now.
Oh my gosh.
I just listened to his podcast episode with Bryson Crawford.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I saw that one.
Really good. It was really good. I'm actually
All right,
going to
who's
see
on
Bryson
second?
Crawford live.
Ooh.
He's coming to Indianapolis. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you don't even live in my state.
No, sad we.
I was like, oh,
I will
go,
be
but then I
there
was like,
though.
wait, no. Yeah, but not in San Antonio.
No, but I'll be there for a whole week.
You're not gonna come down to San Antonio.
It's a rainy day, homies. I wanted to look up when can you find in Stardew?
Oh, how was your concert? Was it last week? Right? The concert that you went to?
I was supposed to, and I got sick.
She canceled.
And I had to miss. Yeah.
Oh no.
It was a very sad day.
Yeah.
I was not having a good time. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I was supposed to go, and then it got closer into the day because I worked in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I was excited, and then as time started going on, I started not feeling good. So I was like, well, I had to leave early from work, and I was like, sucks. The one day, and I had like a 2-month countdown for that too.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was a big
Dang.
bummer.
Was it just like allergies?
No, I have a chronic illness that only affects me usually one time of one portion of the month, and it just really flared up and it was really bad. So I was in a lot of pain, and it was not a good time for me.
Sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, girl.
Yeah, it's okay though.
I'm glad you're doing better
I was
now.
like, yeah, it's probably just a coping mechanism, but I was like, there's a reason why that happened and on this day, and I'm just not supposed to go. And I don't know what that is, but I'm just gonna trust that I was not supposed to be there. And feel like this is just protection or something.
No, that's real though. That is real.
And how did that make you feel?
Very sad.
Okay.
Also, I just looked it up, and it said that it's day 5 of spring is when we can start mining.
Mining away.
Wait, is it? What is it right now?
So do we just have to go up there? Like, can we just go? Or do we have to get a quest for it? Maybe we should just go.
I'm wondering. I went over there earlier. Well, it was a few days ago now in the game. But they were like, you know how at the very beginning, he's like mining the rock that's in front of the mine?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Like at the beginning, it's just kind of like there's a rock there, so you can't even go over there. That's what it was when I went to look, but maybe it's there now. I'll go give it a look if you guys want to go with me.
Okay, yeah.
Check it out.
I'm game.
Let's go. Let me put some of this stuff up.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna put my things away here.
It's me. Bling bling boy.
It's a me. Where are my twins at? Let's see. Okay, you and me are on the farm. The boys are going there, so we can walk together.
All right, sounds good. Ready.
Do you want to go? I think this way might be a shortcut, actually.
Okay.
I'm on my way back.
I'm on my way. Go to the look at the map, and I think Moji's headed there or going there. You can see the direction.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
You can't prove it. Oh yeah, you just enter it and the cutscene starts.
Oh, okay, so it is open now.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yep.
Love that for us.
And he gave us a sword.
Yay!
Oh, back down here.
It's a rainy day. This is the best.
J-Love, hi! What's good? How you doing?
Sasha, Chloe's here. Hi.
It's
How
this
have you
cave right here.
been?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Wait, he's not with you. He
Streaming
went into a
with
different cave.
Devin.
I got left behind.
And, hey, Nene. And NTF and
Where's
Moji.
I don't know where he went.
Wait,
yeah,
did
he
you go,
totally went.
Did you
to the
guys go
wrong
down
one.
in the cave?
No, he's in the he's in the cave by our house.
Oh.
Not that one.
Oh.
Go into town.
This is the only cave I know of.
Yeah, no, go
Well,
into
look
town.
at the
I'll
map.
bring you.
I'll
get
okay.
him.
He said, "I'll get him." Okay. Did you go down, Gil? It says you're here with me. Era, where are you at? Are you? No.
Yeah, I'm reading some of the.
Come to the
Oh,
shop,
okay.
to the Pierre shop.
Well, I am down in the cave now.
I got my sword.
Yo.
I wish you had a PC too, Chloe. Then you could play with us.
Better start.
Oh, that's
start saving
Chloe.
up. Next, no more cruises. Save it for a PC.
That's what I'm saying, baby.
Hi, Chloe.
Follow me if you want to leave.
I'm doing okay. Was just about to play some Destiny 2 so I can at least get some tier 5 armor. I tried to solo it last night and got oh my goodness. And got
That's the cave. That's where you go in.
One, two,
to
three.
the
Oh,
dungeons and all
wow.
that.
I haven't even gotten tier 5 armor or anything. I feel so well. I'm kind of behind in a way, but I'm also kind of waiting for renegades. I don't know. It's a strange time for Destiny.
Thou shalt not
I was just
fear.
talking about it to some friends
For I am
about
here.
how there's like
Du-du-du-du.
there's like some
Also, you want to be really careful because your energy will go down a lot.
there's like some back and forth between like if Destiny is really good right now or really bad, and a lot of people are leaving, like Dado, Grenader, and just it's kind of strange. It's kind of strange. So we'll wait and see. But do you have have you completed all of your quests, J-Love, too? Like all of your quests, all of your missions? You're just kind of trying to get better weapons and better armor and stuff?
Is she
Oh, you
alive?
haven't? Okay.
What happened? What happened to our friend?
I am here.
Oh, yeah, I think she's... Oh, you're outside the cave. Okay, me and NTF are in here waiting.
Okay.
Where is Emoji's?
See,
back on
look!
the farm.
I knew it! As soon as he got the sword.
And
All
you
right, let's go
right-click
All right.
with the sword to block.
Okay.
All right, and we gotta find the next staircase. So you have to mine these rocks till you find
right
the
here.
next staircase. Oh, she found it. And then every 5 levels, then
the slime.
Every 5 levels, yeah, your health, they can kill you, so just be careful. Every 5 levels you get like it saves, and you can it like
it's right here.
saves it on the elevator. So basically, if we're like
we found
on
it
a
over here.
Oh, perfect. Look at that. We love that.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're on level 2, level 3. So basically, we never want to stop. Oh, this is so good with a team. Look, I can walk around with a torch. That is
That's
so much better.
That's so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be awesome. All right. Got some copper. I know I have the Fable and
there's
Mythic
already
stuff
one
to do.
open over here.
On,
I'm gonna get these boxes real quick, but staircase is right
to unlock,
here.
so I can start having level 5 tier weapons and armor. I see.
Get wrecked.
Yeah.
Right here, friends. Right here. Get wrecked.
Mining monthly skill book.
360 no scope.
Yeah, I need to get some better armor myself.
TF has not come down, I don't think.
I made it.
Okay. Oh, I found it. On me.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Okay, we saved.
Beat him up. Oh. Bug meat.
There it is.
Oh, right here. Look at that.
Oh, nice. Let me get some slime.
Here it is. I'm definitely getting low energy. Be careful of the sand pit right there in TF because there's like little sandworms or something.
Gotcha.
Sometimes. And yeah.
Oh, I saw a chest. I'll be there in a moment.
Be mindful of your energy and don't like die. That's the most times I die. It's in the mine.
Mm-hmm.
Found it.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, I think NTF is in his element now.
he's our muscle.
Oh, look, it's right over here, guys.
But I think for now, I'll just work on my art.
Ooh,
That's not a bad idea.
He got us our fisherman achievement.
I know
kind of a dummy and did not bring food down here.
You've
So
been
I brought some.
having fun with your arts and drawings and stuff. And didn't you get like a new tablet or something like that?
Oh, there's some carrots. Now I have food. I don't know how to. So I have 2 rows now, but I have no idea how to get to them. Like in my backpack. It's weird.
From the escape? Is that how? Like, can you like swap things? From your main inventory to your secondary inventory?
I can probably swap things, but like I know on the Switch I can just click the bumpers and it like swipes. You would think that you'd be able to do that on here, but I don't know how. Like page down or something.
Oh yeah, the flatbed. The flatbed scanner. How is that working out? Have you? I'm sure you're gonna put some good use to that for sure. That's gonna be awesome.
This rock is sentient.
I think that's like a crab or something.
This rock is sentient. Oh my gosh, I love that. I never heard that in Stardew Valley background. That's funny.
It's alive.
Do we have to go back?
You just can't
Right.
find this.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna start heading back. Y'all keep going.
Oh, here it is.
Nice. Well, I mean, what's one more level gonna hurt?
This is beautiful. We're getting a lot of ore and stuff.
There's a carrot.
Oh, I want to see if... Nope. Can I don't know how to give... Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can give this to somebody. Wait, come... Hera!
Mm-hmm.
Come here, friend.
Oh my goodness.
Ah! I don't think I can. I think I'll... Oh, no, it won't let me. I got a pair of boots. Like, I just put these green boots on. I got an extra pair, and I
Oh,
wanted to give you a
nice.
pair, but it won't let me. I'll have to put it, like, in a box
And then I can grab it from there?
and then give it to
Okay,
you
okay.
later.
There's some carrots over here, I was gonna say, because I know you picked some up, so you might be able
Oh,
to...
here's a thingy. Over here. Oh, it's 12
Oh, it's
a.m.
time-
We gotta go back.
It's time
Wait.
to go!
If I go down this level, it'll save it.
Okay.
Alright, we gotta make our way back to the farm stat, or we're gonna die.
Out of my way, Willie.
Go to 0.
Did you take the elevator, Era?
Yep. I'm trying to go back to 0. Go, go, go!
Is hers alive?
Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Gotta get to bed. Oh no. That's the only thing that's so easy to do when you're in the mine.
Yes.
It goes so fast
It
because you're just
does.
down there doing your thing. You're just mining.
Alright, here we go, here we go!
Bedtime.
Bedtime, baby.
Alright. Alright. I've been working fine, but I still have to plug it in every now and then for the PC to recognize it for some strange reason. Oh, it seems to have some that is weird. So it's like disconnecting and that is weird.
Stretch. Yeah. Guys,
That's very
am
strange.
finally at a point where my apartment is getting cozier. I got a new couch this
Nice.
last week, and I put up some string lights and like hung Polaroids from them. That's kind of fun and cozy.
Mm-hmm. That is nice. The lighting and like the ambiance really sets the mood too.
Yes. If you can slay 10 slimes, you'll have earned your place in my adventurer's guild.
Yeah, when I turn on my PC, it doesn't turn on like it should. Oh, that's so weird. Do you know if there's like any problems that other people have had with that too?
Valley PC.
Hmm.
To flip,
That's unfortunate.
Or cycle through the rows of your backpacks, press the tab key to move. Oh, there we go. Tab. That's what it is. Once we get you guys backpack, now you know. It's tab.
Nice. Oh, right.
Copper ore. Oh, of course I have 19 copper ore. Does anybody have copper? Did NTF or Era, do you guys have any copper
Yes,
ore?
I do.
I do.
Could somebody put it in this chest here, and then I'll take it so I can craft this furnace, my guys?
But your
Also,
place.
I'm gonna. Yep, and I'm gonna put these green boots in there for you guys. So if you want the green boots, Era, if you want these green boots, you can take those.
I will take them, thank you.
And then do you know how to put them on?
Is it escape and then... Oh, yeah, I drag them over.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, look at us.
Twinny. I like it.
Cutesy. Okay.
I think it might be a mounting problem, though. Oh, so it will be...
The next
I'll be
rainy
looking into
day,
it
we
soon.
should
Okay,
for
that's good.
sure all go to... Like, all of us. Oh! you can name the bull, or no? It just says that. It says Batman's bull on it.
All right, who had the great idea of putting a stick in front of the gate?
It's not a stick.
You slay 10 slime, you'll have earned a place in
that
my
was me.
adventure skill. Nice.
Hold on.
Who's the
my bad.
smart guy?
I've got a lot of mail.
My bad. Here, I'll fix it.
Y'all, I got a lot of mail today, for some reason.
Okay,
I'm popular.
Don't worry about it. I was
Alright,
like,
sounds
what are you
good.
talking about?
Oh, who had the good idea of putting that there?
Who did this?
That's good. How has the drawings been going? I know at least if I'm remembering
Honestly,
correctly.
I got a bunch of mail too.
Were you doing one for Stephanie too?
Mail time. Here's a mail, it never fails.
I think I saw hers, and hers is looking really good. It's really
I
cute.
thought of freaking Blue's Clues.
Yep, yeah. Yeah, hers looks really good too.
Blue's Clues. Pierre, you're always closed on Wednesday.
All right,
I'm
let's
gonna make it
see.
Okay. Well, now I gotta fix the gate.
Do y'all want to go back to the mines today?
Yes.
All right.
Dump all of this in my stuff.
Let me go on.